beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true.
Sometimes I cry.
Oh! Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 1148. Doing it live, 1148 back again for the first show of the week. Starting a little early, getting things off to an early start. Thanks to all of you for being here a little early. Please like the stream. We got Scott back again after quite a hiatus. I don't even remember. Has it been over a month?
I think it's been close to 2 months. I think it was sometime in December.
Oh.
A lot of life going on. It's ridiculous and unacceptable.
Yeah, it is unacceptable.
Can we do? Do you have top of the show plugs to do?
I think I'll get around to them in a minute here. Was there something you wanted to talk about?
I wanted to do Scoot catch up.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to catch up on stuff.
Sure.
I was not present for the Regal Tussle. I was given secondhand reports, so I want to confirm or deny some things.
Sure.
One, my promo was great. True, false?
Fact.
Yes,
Great.
Okay. Two, Asterios was also involved. He also did a promo, and it was very mean to Egghead.
It was mean to Egghead, but he was also kind of mean to himself too. I think it was was it a masturbation story?
Oh, he did have a cringy story.
Yeah.
He was second in the Regal Tussle.
He was the second entry.
So he had a mountain to climb there.
Long way to go. Third, did I beat Egghead head to head? Egghead to Egghead.
Didn't you? Like, wasn't it you, Smarty, and Egghead all came in the same round?
In the same round.
Smarty and Egghead.
I was told I was in the same round as him and did better than him.
Yeah, I think you did better, the best in that round, and then Egghead and Smarty were very close.
They were tied, and we had to have a tiebreaker between them.
It was a hot round.
Smarty won.
It was a hot round.
So Egghead,
Egghead out in the first vote.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, a lot of people say that was a terrible thing.
A lot of people telling you that? People coming up to you on the street saying that was a terrible thing?
Yeah, there was a man selling newspapers, and there's nothing about it in the newspaper, but he was very much speaking about it.
Tonight, after the show, we're going to figure out the card for the next event. So that should be interesting. I kind of have an outline figured out, but we'll fill in all the details soon. But we already know Jespro is facing me for the heavyweight championship.
The heavyweight championship title of the world, because Jespro did very well at the Regal Tussle.
Yep.
Some would say too well?
Some would say more than meets the eye.
Yeah.
Even weller than you think.
Yeah, Orson Weller.
Ooh. Was that the pig in Garfield and Friends?
Everyone like the stream if you haven't already. Also, quick reminder, we do extra stuff before the show starts on YouTube, and I make that available on the audio version of the show. You can get through Spotify or any of the other places you find podcasts. We recorded about an extra 10 minutes with all of us here before we went live. If you want to hear that, you can go there and check it out. And Scott said a bunch of stuff that we can't say on YouTube.
You wouldn't believe.
So you'll want to check that out. We're going to move on with the show here. This is...
Hold on, other Scoot catch up.
Okay. Sorry.
Did you end up going? You went to AEW in Seattle, right?
I did, yes.
How was it?
It was great.
Nice.
There was a guy that had like one of those suites. He was probably like a season ticket holder for a suite, and he sold off all the tickets in his suite. So I was in a suite during it. It wasn't that expensive, and I was kind of alone in there. A lot of those seats were for sale, and no one bought them. So I got like the primo up front one.
Oh, awesome!
And there was a guy that was around my age with his kids in the suite next to me, and he was passing me those little mini fireball shots the whole time, like. Because I was the only other adult up there with him.
Those are the ones you gave to Gucci's when she was on the couch.
Yes.
Did you get gooed out?
I got gooed out.
I remember there was the Monday Night Raw where CM Punk and I think Mark Henry and everybody was in the ring for the World Heavyweight title thing, and Daniel Bryan took it over. You remember that? It was like the crowd was just chanting for Daniel Bryan, and it was like a title commencement
in Seattle.
Yeah,
that rings a bell.
It was. I think it was Randy Orton and John Cena were gonna unify the titles. That was in Seattle. I was there, and I got so wasted that around that moment was like one of the best moments in Raw in Seattle for a long ass time. I was so drunk, I was puking all over the suite. I was puking all over the hallway. It was so gross.
It's terrible.
Worst day. Worst day. But I remember in the background, CM Punk and Daniel Bryan getting their hits in. And I was like, oh yeah.
So
that rocks. I was
was that the? Did you have anything else you wanted?
Oh no, yeah. I was just I was trying very hard to get on that show, but they would not book any Canadians without a work visa.
Yeah,
and those are very difficult to get. Besides the 3 or 4 guys that Defy Wrestling sponsored recently, and I'm not one of them.
I think that was a convenient excuse because they're just racist against furries.
I was kind of thinking the same thing, but didn't want to say it. Yep. It's kind of like when you go and apply for housing, and they're like, "We don't think you'd fit in this neighborhood." Are you sure? Are the most oppressed people.
There's a leaky foundation in this house.
There's
sure
no cat doors on the house.
That's true.
If there's no
Public
cat
litter
door, what are you
box.
supposed to do?
So we're going to talk about something that I don't really know too much about. I was kind of brushing up on it earlier today, and we'll get into it. Before we do, really quick, check out our one of our other cool sponsors. It's Vance Global. They sent me this really amazing thing. I got it up on the screen right now. If you use the code linked in the chat, if you use the code linked in the fucking chat, you can go to there and use our code peasants at checkout for 20% off your order. You get this cool vape. It's really amazing. It works. It's the best one I've ever had in my life. All cartridges fit in it, and they have Delta 8 pods too. So if you want to check it out, go there. It helps support the show. You get yourself cool stuff. That's it. Now we're going to move on.
So I can fuck it, is what you're saying.
Well, see this hole right here? You be the judge. Can you?
Yes.
Okay.
Easily.
My Vance Global order from yesterday. Thanks, sweet boy.
There you go. Save money on Vance Global and send it to us.
So they're buying Vance Global, which gives us money anyway, and then they're taking the money they saved and giving me more money.
It to you. What? Is that socialism? is that how socialism works?
Finally,
I like
socialism
it.
in action.
I like
once you're and I would say once you're done using promo code peasants, is it at Vance Global?
Yes.
Perhaps head over to manscaped.com and use promo code cats20. Just a thought.
Shave your balls.
Oh God.
And you can shave your face now. They got a face razor, so you don't have to use your ball one on your face.
Yeah, I have one of the older model of ball razors.
Ben, you got to upgrade to the Lawnmower 4.0, baby.
Okay,
come on.
Yeah, I think I have like the 2.0 or something.
All right. Yeah, that's trash. You'll lose your dick with that thing.
Woo!
I should turn off that goddamn internet.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. TV, are they going to touch me?
Oh, they touched me.
Yeah, what a surprise.
I'm waiting for the time.
Yep. Someone should edit that and make it so he doesn't touch them and like I don't know.
And you play that like once every 100 episodes and it's so exciting.
Yeah, it's like an Easter egg. So I think first we have to kind of go over an outline of the whole situation that's going on it's Eliza Bleu. I guess. So her name's Eliza Bleu, and she rose to prominence by telling her story about being someone who was sex trafficked when she was younger. Okay, and she's built close personal ties with Elon Musk. She got interviewed all different types of people, mainly right-wing figures, but even like more neutral figures like Dr. Drew and people like that.
Dr. Dre.
Ed Lover.
Did Elon Musk sex traffic her? And then they became
supposedly
friends
Andrew
later in
Tate
life?
did. She accused Andrew Tate. A lot of people are calling her Hussy Smollett.
And yes,
I like that.
Because it's turning out there's a lot of, she has a digital trail that she's left throughout her adult life. And the stuff that people are digging up that she willingly put out there when she was younger doesn't match up with the time frame that she was allegedly being trafficked now.
There wasn't a lot of time for her to be sex trafficked, as she claims.
Do you remember that syndicated show Blind Date back in the late 90s and early 2000s? I do. Well, somehow, while being trafficked, she had the time to be on that show.
Oh, it's horrible.
Maybe that's how it started. That seems like a sex trafficking operation, honestly.
If I was trafficking somebody, I would make them do side work on Blind Date shows.
Exactly. It makes perfect sense. Now I believe her. I didn't believe her before.
Yeah.
Because a baseline, I don't believe all women.
Well,
I don't know if you know this about Chuck Woolery, but he was running all them girls. You ever watch what was his
Love Connection?
Love Connection, yeah. All them girls were on Chuck Woolery's payroll.
So the way this started getting, because she's been making the rounds for a few years now as an advocate for this cause, but recently people found this picture of her and they were posting it to Twitter, and she claimed that it was a picture that was taken of her while she was being trafficked, that was against her will, and it's believed that she finagled some things with Elon Musk to get people who were posting it banned. But what it actually was it was a screenshot from a music video where she was like a booty shaking girl in some rap video, and that's what it was from. A public video, not a video she was being trafficked in.
Yeah. It got the quartering got axed.
Brittany
who
Venti.
was huge simping on Elon Musk just a month and a half ago.
Right. Oh my God.
I wonder how bad he took that. Like he must have, and then the hits keep on coming, as we'll find out here later. He got shed on by Tim Pool too, right?
Yes.
Remember when he was in our chat defending Tim Pool?
Yes.
And Reactor was on.
Yeah. He
so all his friends turned on him.
I really feel bad for the quartering, and I never thought I would say that. I never thought I would say that.
What a lame piece of shit.
I felt bad for him when he peed in his basement, because I know what it's like to have to pee really bad.
Oh,
in my basement.
Yeah, I'm a guy that's pro urination.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, because he
were you involved in a yellow discipline match, Billy?
Yes, I was. You were too.
You were. Never.
Yeah, the quartering did this stream where he was getting drunk, and his wife left to go have pizza without him, and he was drunk complaining about that. And then he was like, I gotta pee. I don't have a toilet down here. I just have a drain in the floor. So he peed in like the storm drain in the floor.
That is squalid.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It's a storm drain. If it can handle a storm, it can handle some piss.
It goes to the same place.
Yeah. So right here, with striking lilac hair and a pugnacious attitude, the anti-sex trafficking activist known as Eliza Bleu has broken into
pro-sex trafficking activists.
I don't know. Where would you put Andrew Tate and all that?
I guess so. I guess he's the one.
Is he on the pro side? The anti-sex trafficking activist known as Eliza Bleu has broken into some of the top tiers of right-wing media in just a few years, growing her audience through interviews with popular figures like Ben Shapiro, Tim Pool, and Dr. Drew Pinsky. But in late 2022, Bleu found an even more powerful ally, new Twitter owner Elon Musk. Bleu, who refers to herself as a survivor of human trafficking, has lent the billionaire an unusual form of credibility by insisting that pre-Musk Twitter was overrun with child pornography.
Yeah.
Only Musk, Bleu
and it
says,
was great.
that was
Bring it back.
not Julia Child, Scott. They're talking about children.
Oh my! I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. I know your love for Julia Childs.
I love a hot chef.
Ooh, very wonderful. She says that only Musk has been willing to stamp out the abusive material on Twitter at scale. In another tweet, she declared the war against Elon Musk is actually a war over your mind. Musk responded with a bullseye emoji. They're bullseye
Everyone's so
official.
fucking lame. Why is everyone so lame?
When you have $180 billion, the bullseye emoji is a sign of respect and not a threat. Me, when I respond to somebody with a bullseye emoji, I get
I'm
looked
going to
at.
kill them.
My account it gets shut down. Blue's praise from Musk comes even as the billionaire has slashed much of Twitter's staff, including huge numbers of workers responsible for content moderation. For his part, Musk has boosted Blue's profile on the site with replies and retweets, helping her earn more than 100,000 new followers in December alone. You have a direct line to me on this issue, Musk told Blue in a Twitter Space live chat in December.
Oh, my God.
And Eliza Blue's quote here, when I stepped away from the gang, my traffickers lost money, and they want that money back.
It sounds like the plot to a movie.
Earner.
When I stepped away from the gang.
Yeah.
But now Blue and Musk find themselves embroiled in a Twitter censorship controversy over multiple critics of Blue who shared embarrassing images from her past, saw their accounts temporarily suspended from the site. Some users suggested that Blue's direct line to Twitter, Brass, and Musk himself may have led to the crackdown, even as the Twitter owner insists he's in favor of free speech and a wide-ranging debate.
Yeah, I think he's proven that that's not the case. Twitter really hasn't changed that much. Like little things have changed, but it's still.
But like no one's actually in favor of free speech. They're in favor of free speech for the positions they support. Like, hey, Parler, come here and you can say anything. Unless it's left wing, then we'll ban you.
Right. I heard the My Pillow guys started a free speech platform, but you couldn't be blasphemous or swear on it.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say you couldn't be black.
Wow.
We don't know. We don't know what the rules are over there. Nobody's gone over there from our side of things to check.
Is it called My Pillow Talk? Because if not, they're leaving money on the table.
Lit.
I'm not trying to make your dreams come true, Scott. Okay.
For Pillow Talk.
For Scott's ideal social media platform.
One day. They'll get it right one day. They've come close, but they always screw it up.
They always ruin everything. Blue and Twitter didn't respond to requests for comment. Amid the controversy over the suspended accounts, questions about Blue's background have emerged. Her critics have seized on contradictory videos and interviews, and her frequent use of different names online to suggest Blue isn't who she claims to be.
Yeah, when you see someone who's like using a new name online every few years, usually something's up with that.
What's worse, who's the girl that ran the NAACP chapter of
Rachel
Spokane?
Dolezal?
Rachel Dolezal.
Rachel Dolezal running the NAACP chapter for having, I guess,
she's transracial,
a
right?
lack of melanin, or this woman who allegedly was not trafficked, saying that she was trafficked.
Our old friend TJ Kirk got suspended several times off Twitter for disagreeing with Elon Musk or calling him out.
Directly to Elon Musk? That's kind of weak from Elon.
To answer your question, Dolezal is a million times cooler because she did a funny thing, and this bitch is just like stealing rape valor.
Yeah, this is stolen valor, right?
Yeah.
It's making a lot of her old friends around here really angry, said Carly Wenzel, a one-time pal of Blue who has known her for 2 decades, who added she believes Blue is completely lying. Blue grew up in a rural area along Illinois border with Iowa known as the Quad Cities.
That is a very boring place.
Was that where the Quad City DJs were from? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Billy gets it.
We know. That's got to be the Quad City DJs.
Oh, Quad City DJs? Okay.
Yeah.
Come on, ride it, in brackets, the train.
Yeah, there's a train that goes through the Quad Cities.
Yeah. It's a choo-choo?
The only thing going on in the Quad Cities is the train.
That fucking train.
They get on the train, they ride it to the 4 different cities because there's Quad Cities.
Yeah.
And it just goes in a loop, and you realize 9/10th time around that loop, this is hell, and you live in it. She's portrayed her homeschooled upbringing as an innocent one, albeit one that made her all the more naive about how the world really works. Despite her claims to the contrary, public records prove that Blue's original name was Eliza Morthland. Born in 1981, her father is Richard Morthland, a farmer and former Illinois state representative who ran unsuccessfully on the GOP ticket for lieutenant governor in 2018.
Wow, that's kind of recent. So her dad's a politician.
Yeah.
Wow.
And didn't know his daughter was getting sex trafficked all over the place?
Interesting.
Well, as a politician, he might have been the one that sold her into it.
I was going to say, if he was doing it, then I get it.
Right? Morthland did not
a real Martin
respond.
Sheen.
Did not respond to a request for comment. In 2021, Bleu appeared to deny on Twitter that she was Eliza Morthland, but Facebook photos show her standing with other members of the Morthland family. A 2010 newspaper
Just
article.
because I'm standing with the Morthlands doesn't mean I'm a Morthland.
Yeah, she was obviously sex trafficked by the Morthland dad.
The Morthland crime syndicate.
Yeah.
The Morthland prophecies is what they call it.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
Facebook photos show her standing with other members of the Morthland family. A 2010 newspaper article about Richard Morthland shows a woman who looks just like Bleu standing next to the politician and identified as his daughter, Eliza Morthland. Richard Morthland also gave a comment for a 2009 article about a band Bleu worked for under her married name, Eliza Seep, and Blue's cosmetology license lists Richard Morthland's farm as her address. These things don't add up.
They're calling her Girl George Santos.
It's something like that, yeah.
There's no question that Bleu has advocated for trafficking victims, especially on Twitter, but she's offered murky accounts of her own background that leave even her supporters unsure about all but the vaguest details. She can also grow hostile with reporters who ask for basic facts, like the year she was trafficked or the names of her perpetrators. For example...
None of your business.
No, none of your damn business, okay? For example, journalist Katie Herzog reached Bleu on the phone in December, only to have Bleu become defensive when Herzog raised even the prospect of asking Bleu about her own story. This is my truth.
Hey, so what happened, Eliza? Fuck you.
What is this quote here?
The body, 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 the body,
the body, the body.
I like how the robot remixed that. The robot made that more hip. Bleu stirred up some controversy of her own with diehard supporters of the band in online mini scandals that featured Bleu calling Star the N-word.
I'm back on board, Eliza. You're winning me back.
Interviewed on Tim Pool's podcast, Bleu said she could not offer details about her alleged abusers because of unspecified legal issues.
All right, no. If someone committed a crime, there's no... It's not illegal. Even an NDA wouldn't prohibit you from saying something like that.
What if she committed the crime and she doesn't want to implicate herself?
Oh, if she trafficked herself for a
right?
That's a girl move.
Girl boss. Then she asked why it would be a problem if she was making up her story.
What?
So on Tim Pool.
Okay, that didn't raise every red flag in the world.
That whole paragraph is all red flags.
Why would it be a problem if I was making up my story? The sentiment is there.
Let's just say hypothetically, I was, I don't know, making all of this up. Would that be fine?
That's basically what all the pro Amber Heard journalists said when it started to look like she was probably going to lose.
Yeah.
They're like, even
so
if
what
she
if
is,
she made it up?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
The worst thing about all these women making up these stories is that I haven't heard one real story from a woman in years.
It's been so long.
It's been so long. It's been so long. Let's say, hypothetically, it is made up, Bleu said. What's my biggest win so far in public? Getting Twitter to address child sexual abuse material and make it a top priority?
She's okay. So she's like, even if I'm lying, I still did a good thing. Doesn't matter if I lied, right?
I'm not asking an abuser for money. I'm not asking people for money, she added. The Daily Beast pieced together a rough outline of Bleu's account of her trafficking experiences based on interviews she's given to sympathetic media outlets. Bleu has said that her trafficking spanned 2 different periods, separated by roughly a decade. In her telling, Bleu was first groomed by a prominent photographer she met at a Warped Tour concert in Chicago when she was 16.
Okay, nice. That's okay. Prominent photographer. Who is he? Like, can we get a name?
Have you ever been to Warped Tour?
Yes, I've been. You know what? Me and her are the same age. We were born the same year, and I went to most of the Warped Tours
in Chicago.
Not in Chicago, in Detroit. I used to go to the one in Detroit every year.
I went to 03, 04, and they were both great.
My first one was 97.
I was afraid to go to Warped Tour because I was worried I'd get human trafficked. True. So I never went.
Yeah.
A few years later, when she was still a teenager in the late 1990s, Blue's father drove her to Los Angeles because Bleu was convinced that an unnamed high-profile musician she met through that photographer would make her a star. Instead, she was sexually assaulted within 48 hours of arriving in the city, according to a 2020 podcast interview. Now, in this interview, was her father the politician? You think that right-wing politician is going to drive her to L.A.? He ain't driving her nowhere. He's going to fly her, maybe. Somebody she called daddy might have drove her down there.
True.
Dumped her off. Says her traffickers quickly hooked her on a drug she knew as ice, generally recognized as slang for crystal methamphetamine, though Bleu has said she didn't know what drug it was. I could believe that.
So innocent.
It's like ice. Yeah, I'll do whatever an ice is. I'm in Hollywood. Let's do an ice. Maybe she's not like a Smirnoff ice.
Probably good.
Yeah. An icy pop, a Slurpee. Bleu claims she was then sold for $500 to a sex trafficking ring in the Hollywood Hills.
What a steal!
How are you?
I was going to say that's a deal at twice the price.
Yeah, in the Hollywood Hills, I don't think people don't open up their wallets for less than $2,000 pussy in Hollywood Hills.
$500? Are you kidding me? I'd buy her right now.
That's $2,000 a night. They're saying her whole body was $500.
Yeah.
for
you could have
perpetuity.
This girl for $500. For how long? I don't know. You just have her.
Maybe they were trying to get rid of her. You ever think about that?
Maybe she was an offload.
Maybe she wasn't being sex trafficked. Maybe like, look, you take her. They were playing hot potato because she was such a, I don't know. Maybe she was a delight. I don't know that many girls who were raised by Richard Morthland, but I imagine they're fucking terrible. Bleu claims she struggled to get enough water and food because I was on drugs and other substances. Okay, when you're on crystal meth, you don't want water and food.
I was going to say, you don't need a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, you might have struggled having to want that shit. It's you're in the Hollywood Hills. You're going to eat better out of a dumpster than you're going to eat in fucking Illinois and Quad Cities.
Here he is, by the way. I just looked him up. Richard Morthland.
Oh no! If you put her face next to his face,
they do kind of look alike.
You could like I could never be intimate with her because I would just see her dad's face. Like that's the one thing about like Stephanie McMahon from WWE. She got Vince face.
Yeah, she got Vince face. Like Vince.
But and Charlotte Flair got Rick face.
Yeah, and Ivanka Trump got Trump face. But I would still, I would still do them. I can't do Richard Morthland's daughter.
Yeah.
I can't look her in her Morthland face. I can't do that. He's not a powerful, respectable man like the other three.
Someone's already edited his Wikipedia page to be like, oh, one of his daughters is known as Eliza Bleu.
Nice.
Or Eliza Cuts, or Eliza Seep, or Eliza Knows.
Eliza Knows.
In 2012, Eliza appeared with Tyra Banks on the Steve Harvey TV show.
Sick.
Well, wasn't that when she was trafficked?
The trafficked part was like late 90s, early 2000s.
Have we asked Tyra if she was also trafficked at this time?
When she was hosting her talk show?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I thought they said they were on the Steve Harvey show.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
To Steve Harvey trafficking Tyra Banks and Eliza Bleu?
I could see that, honestly.
He does wear them suits.
He's wearing. He has the costume for it, and he wrote that book. What was it? Sex Traffic Like a Man, Think Like a Woman.
100 people said, but Bleu was such a handful for her traffickers in her telling that they ultimately gave her. Was I joking when I said they were giving her away, and this is legit what they did?
She's too much. She's high maintenance.
I literally was just joking, and then her claim was that she actually.
They wanted to get rid of her.
There you go. There
Hot
you
potato.
go. It was a classic case of you take her that ultimately gave her back to her original trafficker for free.
Didn't even get a refund. Just fucking take her.
Eliza Bleu is the hot potato. Bleu claims she was hospitalized for a drug overdose before returning to her family farm in Illinois. My family didn't even recognize me when I got off the plane, Bleu said. That's what crystal meth will do to you. After 2 weeks on the farm...
You used to have more teeth.
After 2 weeks on the farm, she returned to Los Angeles to retrieve her car, Bleu claims. But why didn't her dad drive the car back? I thought, did her dad not drive her down there and just left her with a car and was like, okay, you're here, here's your car, I don't know, man. Privilege is wild. I want some of that privilege. After 2 weeks on the farm, she returned to Los Angeles to retrieve her car, Bleu claims, but she was once again swept into human trafficking.
Oh, come on. You went back to get your car and whoops, got human trafficked again?
Again.
Come on. You're asking for it. What are you wearing?
Okay. In her defense, there's a small line between whoring yourself out on crystal meth willingly and forcefully. When you're on crystal meth, you're really fucked off. So she could just be like, yeah, I didn't want to do it, but I wasn't going to say no because I was on meth and I was running the fucking meth life. So I'll give her defense. She was probably in L.A. messing around, whoring around.
No, exactly. Like, I believe she went to L.A. by herself, did meth, and fucked dudes. Like, I believe that.
And
that's it.
She was in rap videos, and I think she probably, I don't know, there hasn't been any pornography released, but there's definitely like risque, like modeling type stuff out there.
I think you have to question what trafficking is. You have to break down what trafficking is, right? Like a lot of times we think it's like kidnapped in a trunk, being held against your will type of thing.
She's claiming that, kind of.
And it's also, I guess, can just be if you're cast under that spell.
She's claiming like
when you're under the spell of a pimp.
She's claiming they were like pimping her out on Twitter and stuff like that. And when people were like, well, how were they doing that? She couldn't really explain it. And then
you want to show the tweets where some dude in a purple suit is saying, "Hey, come fuck this girl for money."
Right. And then she would say stuff like, "And it was against my will," kind of.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah. So
yeah. It's technically human trafficking, right? It's just like it's like prostitution. That's human. It's trafficking. It's human trafficking. It's just not the one that we think of when we think of the worst of the worst. She's over here hanging out in L.A. doing drugs, selling some pussy to go along for the ride. And that's probably, not the best life, but there's some girls that just straight up like get kidnapped and can't go home and can't go back to L.A. to get their car they left there. There's a whole tier list of what trafficking is and what trafficking can be.
It appears she retained her autonomy this entire time.
It would seem that way.
It does seem that way.
Yes.
She's doing rap videos and stuff.
Yeah, and
she's doing rap videos. She's doing the Steve Harvey show. She's doing Blind Date.
Yeah,
like she's making the round. She sounds like she's doing great. If the day ever comes when a woman is telling the truth again, if it comes, things like Eliza are going to really ruin it for them.
Yeah, as far as traffic goes, this is like the HOV lane. You have like the
it's luxurious.
Yeah, you paid for the fast lane. So this is a good traffic. It's not too bad. This ain't the bumper to bumper. It's odd what happens to the trauma brain, Bleu said on the 2020 podcast episode to explain why she returned to her traffickers, comparing it to Stockholm Syndrome.
I love it when they self-diagnose.
Well, it's very hard to break away from a pimp. And it is like abusive, right? There's a level of mental abuse that goes into this pimping game. A pimp's love is not like that love of a square. You have to understand. It's not just given.
Who was her pimp? She didn't have one, as far as we can tell.
Well, Bleu's second trafficking period in her account began in roughly 2008 or 2009 when she was living in the Chicago area. In that same 2020 podcast interview, Bleu claimed she was trafficked by a high-profile athlete whom she
Michael
was declined to name.
Okay, famous photographer and then high-profile athlete. Those are her pimps. But she won't name either of them.
It's either Michael Jordan or Frank Thomas.
It's Michael. Oh, the Big Hurt. Could be the Big Hurt.
Could be the Big Hurt.
You know what? I'm leaning Frank Thomas now.
It's maybe Frank. No,
How about Cubs second baseman Ryan Sandberg? Could he be in the mix?
I mean, he could probably be paying for it, but he ain't running.
Okay.
He ain't running them. She was trafficked by a high-profile athlete whom she declined to name. That man and his associates, according to Bleu, put her in a dangerous neighborhood she has said existed on what she called a gang line, the violent border where two Chicago gang territories meet. My mattress was on the floor because we had so many shootings that year in the area, Bleu recalled in 2020. I just didn't want to get shot. You know the privilege you have to choose to put your mattress on the floor? Like, we just didn't have bed frames. We had to sleep on the floor growing up. There were no bullets, so I guess it's even at that point.
Trade off.
but to have that choice, Bleu attempted to leave her traffickers in 2013, and in her account ultimately succeeded for good in about 2014. Bleu has repeatedly suggested that her former traffickers from Chicago might still be out to get revenge on her and her family members.
So who are they? So we can
she doesn't
stop
want to say.
them.
She doesn't want to get revenge.
I mean, they're going to get revenge anyway. They might as well be investigated now. So
you don't know the streets of Chicago, Ben.
Okay.
That's not how this works.
Oh.
She slept on the floor, but by choice
Southside,
because she
kidding
was...
me? It's crazy down there.
A former roommate of Eliza Bleu says she slept on the floor, but by choice because she was into those floor pillows at the time. Her friends do not respect her. When I stepped away from the gang, my traffickers lost money, Bleu said in the 2020 interview, and they want that money back. Asked in a 2021 interview,
I'm a simple guy. I see Scoot. I donate to DP.
Schnoodlebug.
Thank you.
Schnoodlebug. You see Scoot. Donate to Scoot, too.
Yeah, there's a whole level to this donation thing. But if you're going to donate to anybody, donate to DP. And then Scott. Asking in a 2021 interview why she hadn't pressed charges against the unnamed athlete and her other traffickers, Bleu, appearing on a podcast with more than 100,000 YouTube subscribers, said the men could still track her down and murder her. I am terrified that they would kill myself or my family or people that I care about, Bleu said. That's how organized they are.
But here's the thing. She's already talking about it. Like, if she was really afraid, she wouldn't be talking about it at all.
Well, if she said a name...
I'm so scared to talk about this thing that I'm talking about. They don't fucking talk about it if you're really scared, you dumb bitch.
That's the problem.
If she said a name, maybe they would come kill her, or maybe it would be shown that she was full of shit.
I mean, people
that's the coin flip.
The fact that she's talking about it, anyone who was around then that knows who she's talking about could come out and say who it is, though.
But they also won't do it because of the code of the streets.
Oh, my God.
True.
Last month, Bleu tweeted that her family knows every detail of her story and stands behind her. She then blasted the corporate media for asking questions about her past, declaring if anyone steps on my family's property or my property, let it be extremely clear that we are all armed.
Oh, so we'll kill you.
We'll kill you.
If you come to my property asking for an interview, I'll murder you.
Wenzel, a one-time friend of Bleu, who says she has known the anti-trafficking activist for more than 2 decades, doesn't think Bleu's account is accurate. Wenzel told the Daily Beast that she met Bleu in the Quad Cities, where both women were partying with musicians. Wenzel was 18 and said Bleu was in her early 20s. The Daily Beast verified Wenzel's friendship with Bleu through photographs. In Wenzel's telling, she and Bleu were both deeply involved in the scene subculture of the early aughts, a time of tight jeans, swooping haircuts, and high drama on sites like MySpace and LiveJournal.
I bet you she watched Onision or something like that.
Not Shane Dawson?
Maybe.
Wenzel was trying to hook up with a member of one of her favorite bands on a tour bus in Iowa City when Bleu stepped on board. The two young women realized they had mutual friends and shared interest in music and the men who made it. She said that she was going to be very famous for sleeping with band members, Wenzel recalled. Wenzel takes issue with Blue's timeline of her first trafficking experience. She claims that she too was at the Warped Tour concert where Blue met the photographer she claims groomed her. But while Blue said that she wasn't even 18 when she met the photographer, Wenzel insists that Blue would have been in her early 20s, putting the date of the concert sometime in the early 2000s.
Yeah. People have matched up the dates around when she claimed she was 16, and she had to have been way older based on when she... the claims she was making.
Yeah. Right. She's 42 now, going on 42.
Going on 42.
She's trying to shave a few years off. For some reason, people respect 36-year-old pussy more than 42-year-old pussy. I don't know why.
It's hurtful.
It's fucked up. She's a very powerful, very intelligent woman, says Carly Wenzel. Her timeline is just so weird, Wenzel said, noting she believes that Blue appears to be lying about her age in certain articles. Blue moved to Los Angeles, but Wenzel doesn't remember hearing about her old friend being trafficked. Instead, she said Blue unsuccessfully tried to convince Wenzel to move in with her in California. So she was trying to get her to either be trafficked with her or be her roommate.
Yeah.
If she was actually trafficked, then she was trying to traffic her friend. If she wasn't actually trafficked, she needed someone to cover half the rent.
Yeah.
She did not recall Blue calling home to the Quad Cities with tales of being addicted to ice or living with a traffic group of transgender women in the Hollywood Hills.
What?
Can we go back to that part?
T-Girls of Hollywood Hills, baby.
Huh.
Wenzel said she keeps seeing these stories out of L.A. and believes that absolutely didn't happen. By 2005, Blue was back in Illinois and eventually...
I'm sorry, I'm stuck on this now. Why was she with a group of transgender women? Did they think she was trans?
I mean...
If so, that's funny.
There's a lot of transgender prostitution over there on Hollywood and Vine, right?
No, I get that. But why was she with the group of transgender women? Because they thought she was trans. And that's objectively funny.
Maybe that's why she does her hair short, because she was trying to sell to the trans-seeking clientele. She was doing a Rachel Dolezal of the T-girl
She was
community.
a woman disguised as a trans woman.
She was a woman disguised as a man disguised as a woman, I think.
Did she get nominated for Best Supporting Actor in 2008?
Goddamn right she did.
Nice.
Wenzel said that she keeps hearing the stories out of L.A. and believes they absolutely didn't happen. By 2005, Blue was back in Illinois and eventually earned a cosmetology license. Blue began touring as a...
Those are hard to get.
You know how hard it is to get a cosmetology license?
So hard!
Blue began touring as a traveling stylist for musicians, where she received her first taste of internet controversy. Blue worked for mega popular rock band My Chemical Romance as a stylist, going by the hair-inspired name Eliza Cuts online. Blue's job brought her into a group of My Chemical Romance entourage members dubbed the world's most hated crew. That clique also included future YouTube star and makeup mogul Jeffree Star, who would later be accused of paying out hush money to sexual assault accusers.
I do hate Jeffree Star, so maybe the world's most hated crew is accurate. And I think I hate Eliza Blue too. So far, so good.
Blue was,
but I love My Chemical Romance. So what do I do?
It's a hard life, you know. Love the Juggalo. Love the ICP and not the Juggalo.
Love the ICP, hate the Juggalo. Exactly. Exactly what it is.
Who would later be accused of paying out hush money to sexual assault accusers. Blue was closely monitored by the band's fans on sites like LiveJournal, particularly after she entered a brief engagement with My Chemical Romance's heartthrob lead singer Gerard Way. But Blue stirred up some controversy of her own with diehard supporters of the band in online mini-scandals that featured Blue calling Star the N-word and allegedly authoring a thinly veiled fictional account of her failed relationship with Way. Now,
is Star black?
No, Jeffree Star got in trouble.
You can call him that.
Jeffree Star got in trouble for using the N-word. So it sounds like the group was just passing it around like a foosball or something. It was a hacky sack. After leaving the rock circuit, Bleu lived with a friend in Chicago from roughly 2009 to 2011. That's around the period when Bleu claims she began to be sex trafficked again by the unnamed athlete in a violence-plagued neighborhood. But that's not how her former roommate, who asked the Daily Beast not to use her name out of fear of backlash from Bleu's fans, remembers it. Instead, she said the pair lived in Wicker Park, an affluent, trendy Chicago neighborhood.
Good movie.
The roommate said Bleu's parents were always supportive financially. She was not in a precarious situation, the roommate told the Daily Beast in a text message. The roommate does remember Bleu sleeping on the floor, though not because of bullets. She slept on the floor, but by choice because she was into floor pillows at the time. The friend told the Daily Beast, though, she added that Bleu eventually bought a bed.
Moving on up.
Like the ex-roommate, Wenzel scoffs at the idea that Bleu lived in a dangerous neighborhood. Wenzel, who by then was married with a child, said she brought her toddler to visit Bleu and the roommate at their apartment, hardly the front line of a gang war. That is so not true, Wenzel said. She lived in a really cute apartment. They're the whitest girls you could ever meet. There was no gang activity.
Nice.
The whitest girls you know. Around this time, Bleu resurfaced online as Eliza Seep. Wasn't it called Women Behaving Badly?
Yeah.
In 2010, unsuccessfully auditioning for American Idol using a surname she had picked up during a short-lived marriage, but she soon moved on to a new name and another position in the music industry. Now she would become Eliza Knows, the sultry, self-proclaimed music video vixen. There you go.
Yeah.
Dunwald defending Bleu from skeptics earlier this month, tweeting that Bleu is the real deal. Under her new online name, Bleu began to dance as a video vixen in mostly low-budget music videos. A YouTube playlist that appears to have been compiled by Bleu herself shows her gyrating in videos from 2012 to 2013 with song titles like Feeling Myself and A Million Ways to Love You. In one 2012 video Bleu posted to YouTube, she filmed herself calling her mother to shock her with the news that she became a music video dancer, only to discover that her mother was happy for her. In the video, Bleu told her mother she wanted to become a music video dancer because of her childhood admiration for the Fly Girls, dancers on the comedy show In Living Color.
Yeah, so she's claiming that the screenshots of her from these music videos were from her being trafficked, but there's a video of her from this time calling her mom, being like, guess what? I'm going to be this big booty girl in these rap videos. What do you think, Mom? And she's like, I love it. Like, I even have the video from it.
I think the greatest thing about the women's movement is that consent can be revoked the next morning via text.
It's very funny.
It's not funny.
It's a good move.
It works.
I've done it. I did it.
Bleu also gave interviews about the video vixen life. Whoa, Scott. You know that wasn't a girl. Bleu also gave interviews about the video vixen lifestyle in 2016. Bleu speaking in a markedly different voice than the one she used in earlier media appearances and the one she uses today.
Oh, is she doing like an Elizabeth Holmes?
Guys are live again. Choo choo mofo.
We are live again.
The Drunken Peasants live again. Cheers. Choo choo. So it says here that she claimed that she had rejected an offer to have sex with a client for $150,000.
Liar.
If you went from 500, if you went from 500 on meth, like I'd say 150,000 on sober is reasonable. Like if it's 500 on meth, it should maybe be 25,000 sober. 150K, I'm doing
Even that seems generous.
I'm letting somebody. I'm not going to shit right for 2 weeks for $150,000. I'm not into that at all. But it's like what 3 years of salary for about 3 weeks of healing. Let's go. It's a nice offer, but that's not me, Bleu said. Still, it appears that Bleu may have engaged in some kind of sex work around this time. In one interview, Bleu advertised her account on a now defunct Camgirl website where men could pay money to talk with her. Around 2016, Wenzel claims that Bleu asked her to join as an escort, promising that Wenzel could make $500 in a night, and offer that stunned Wenzel and her husband. And offer that stunned Wenzel and her husband.
So she asked her friend to be a hooker
for $500 a night,
right in front of her husband.
Yeah,
pretty funny.
And she's saying she turned down 150K when she's out here trying to pimp her friend out for 500.
Yeah,
that's one of those. That's one of those bullshit stories. I know. She'd not turn down 150K. She never got offered 150K. She doesn't know how to write the number 150K down on a piece of paper.
How many zeros?
So she was absolutely loving it, Wenzel said. She was bragging about it, saying she was making so much money. Bleu later suggested that sex workers with a pimp might qualify as trafficking victims, though Wenzel said she didn't meet any pimp or trafficker when she socialized with Bleu, be it an unnamed high-profile athlete or otherwise. She's a very powerful... It's got to be Frank Thomas. She's a very powerful, very smart, intelligent woman. I will not discredit her for that, Wenzel said. She knows exactly what she's doing.
She's good at lying.
Which, I'll tell you this, prostitutes... pretty good at lying.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good. Not great, but they're pretty good.
But good.
Yeah.
God, this is so long. I don't know if we need to read all of it, but it's... Yeah, so we got the gist of it.
We got a good idea.
Her claims are questionable at best. Here's a little snippet from her calling her mom to be like, Mom, I'm in these videos now.
Hi guys, welcome to your first installment of Life of a Video Vixen via video.
I could see mistaking her for trans.
She just
I
called
get
me,
it.
so let's hope to God she picks up. I want to see what she has to say.
She was Eliza Nose, Eliza Seep, Eliza Bleu, and Eliza Minnelli. Were those her?
And Eliza Doolittle and Eliza Doucheku.
Doucheku.
Videos. So let's just give her a call.
It's funny, yeah, because this was her way of making content at the time. She was trying to get into making this kind of content, and she has a digital trail out there that contradicts her current identity.
Mm-hmm. Hello? Hey, Mom, what are you doing?
I just got off work. I saw that you tried to call and sent me a text message, so I thought I'd try to call you back.
Well, yeah, I was just calling you because I wanted to get your feedback and see what you thought about me being in music videos.
Being in a music video?
Yeah, about me being in music videos. You know how I started being in music videos and I started a blog about it?
So yeah, she wasn't trafficked into these videos. She was doing it to get paid, and she made content out of it and
blogging about it.
Yeah.
Hold on, can you repeat everything? Because I had to turn my phone off. I couldn't hear you.
Did you turn it up?
Yeah, I turned it up.
Okay, I just wanted to see what you thought about me being in music videos.
That's fine. You've done music videos before.
I know, but what do you think about it?
I enjoy it. I think it's fun. You've always loved music. You love the dance.
This content fucking sucks, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Mom, I'm in music videos. You know I'm in music videos. What do you think about me being in music videos? Mom, it's good. Hey, put that on YouTube.
She's like, do you see who I fuck? Your dad's a mole. Your dad's a mole rat. I don't care what you do. I have the least morals of all of us. I fuck a Republican fucking GOP garbage man.
You watched a couple of the music videos that I was in?
Yeah, I've watched a few of them.
You told me that you thought they were funny, right?
This is very leading, too.
Funny because they're so stereotypical of what you'd expect that type of video to be.
Yeah, they're funny because they're so fucking basic. Because you're a basic bitch.
Right. Like party and whatever.
Yeah, a lot of parties, a lot of girls in short skirts, you know, shaking their booties.
Do you think I look too sexy?
I don't think it's possible to look too sexy.
You don't think it's possible to look too sexy?
Maybe for you.
If I could be in anybody's music video, who would you have me be in?
Barry Manilow.
Neil Diamond.
Franchise boys.
Them franchise boys.
Okay, who was expecting her mom to say "dem franchise"?
For real, her mom.
For one, was not.
There's a reason her mom settled down with that Republican goofball. She was blowing down the fucking Earth, Wind, and Fire, and everybody else. She was on
Wild Youth.
She was on one. Her mom was on one.
Yeah.
They call them the Chicago Bulls for a reason.
Oh no.
All right. I feel what you're saying. What do you think
The franchise boys have a long history clean music, you know, good moral character.
Good morals.
You know, catchy, you know, beats. So.
Okay, so then Franchise Boys.
You know, they're a classic.
All right. Well,
that did not hold up very well.
So there's that. Here's her on Blind Date back in the day.
Let's move on. Now, Eliza lives a rock and roll lifestyle. She says she's pretty excited.
Phobia herself.
Fuck you.
What does that mean?
It means like every other woman that's been romantically linked to Elon Musk, she suffers from BPD.
This would have been way before Elon Musk.
100% true.
This is like
if Elon Musk didn't have sex with BPD girls, he would be a virgin he'd be a billionaire virgin to this day.
It's like
1000% accurate.
Every time she walks by a mirror, she gets scared.
But she still has problems when it comes to men.
I'm self-seeking, self-centered, and fear-based. And I have high expectations as far as sex goes.
So this video was uploaded over a decade ago by the guy she went on a date with here. Nice. And somehow people found it. And there's just so many comments about her on the video now. It's insane.
She has high expectations as far as sex goes. $500 a night is not that high.
No, it's not. And I'm like,
not even especially not $500 for full ownership.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was full ownership.
That's $500 forever.
Yeah.
If you prorate that down, that's pennies a day.
It's not the hair.
But this does kind of defend her case. She says here on video before all this went down that she has high expectations for sex. So if somebody on the date didn't meet those expectations, immediately human trafficking.
That's true. Where else is she going to go?
Sorry, we got the gloves don't fit. You must have quit.
Oh, you ready to go?
Yeah.
So what do you do? What do you do out here?
I'm a singer.
Oh, yeah?
Nice. Cheers, John.
I do computer animation.
Oh, cool.
I do computer animation.
She's a singer, allegedly.
I'm from Illinois. Where are you from?
Virginia.
Really?
School in Florida, yeah.
So what do you do, like, when you're not working?
What do? I hang out with friends, go to the pool.
The show used to be, like, syndicated, and it was on really late at night. That's when I used to see it. But yeah, so she was on this. This also coincided with her being trafficked and her being a meth head, allegedly, which I don't know. I kind of don't see it. But
Who is Chef Boyardee?
I thought that was your street name.
Apron for each one of you.
Thank you.
And it's imperative that your hair is covered until you guys went through the orientation.
No.
Chef Boyardee.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Eliza complains a lot. Eliza, self-admitted, was returned by her traffickers because she was annoying. I want you guys to remember,
was annoying.
Anything she said, she self-admitted to being returned by her traffickers because she was annoying. That was that's one thing that she admitted that whether she was lying or not, we should really look into.
Cover your hair. Okay.
Not a good thing. I cannot believe that they made me wear a hat. It's like major no.
Why? Your hair?
Yeah. You
Oh, they made her wear a hat? Human trafficking began.
Like jalapeno.
She did not consent to that hat.
My hair is going to be flat.
All right.
Yeah.
So are you, like, pretty crazy, or?
Oh, she is a self-diagnoser.
Probably clinically insane. But, crazy, like wild crazy?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to the bathroom so I can take this thing off.
I think they're at some kind of like charity kitchen.
I think it's like a soup kitchen or something.
Yeah, yeah. I like the thought bubbles.
Seem concerned about your hair.
I'm very concerned about it. I love hair. Well, my hair.
Eliza's favorite movie is There's Something About Mary. Is that true?
No,
is that true or just because of the hair? I think they're fibbing.
They're trolling.
Now they go do Pilates.
Exercise your right to complain.
My name's Eliza.
Pleasure meeting you. I'm going to start with just a few warm-ups over here, so come on over.
Maybe she thought she was being human trafficked, but she wasn't.
Maybe this guy human trafficked both of them.
I think she's dumb enough to think she was human trafficked when she wasn't.
I think that's possible.
Very much. That's on the table for sure.
Yeah, so they have a date, and then they complain
Are you
about
gonna
each
get
other.
copyright claimed by the fine people at Blind Date for this?
Yeah. No, this show isn't around anymore. And okay, so a lot of people have been critical of her that used to help platform her. But Tim Pool's the one who won't really budge on it and is trying to avoid the subject. And he got confronted by some of his fans yesterday, and he had this crazy reaction to it, which is very strange.
You think Tim Pool and Elon might have a little backdoor meeting?
They might have ran a train on her or something.
Remember when early on, I think was it Joe Rogan having a conversation with Jack from Twitter, and Tim Pool was brought on to be like the antithesis to Jack from Twitter.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's got a connection to Elon because of his Twitter history, and he's just riding with Elon here and siding with his boy Elon.
Probably.
Maybe he's got some skin in the game. We don't know.
All right. Looks like we got some lot of drama comments. Let's start reading them. Jimbo says, so many came here to spread hate, not realizing their views and commentary help boost the algorithm for old Timmy Boy. You don't like it, watch something else, otherwise you're clowning yourselves. Well, I appreciate the super chat, and appreciate it. And then I put up a poll, and I said, smash the like button if you don't trust Eliza Bleu. And 89% said, I will like because I don't trust her. That means everybody who smashed the thumbs down trusts Eliza Bleu. All right, well, that was an interesting, it's 13,000 votes. It's interesting to see that so many people came here to support her by giving us a thumbs down. Well, I can't say I'm surprised. A lot of people do support her.
Wait, what?
What was that logic
that was like a triple negative.
Well,
it sounded like 89% don't trust.
They don't, yeah.
Eliza.
But those 11%, which amounts to 13,000 people.
I want to hear that one
Let's
more time.
focus on those 13,000 people who do
like he said the
support her.
opposite thing I was with him until the end, and then he sort of flipped it.
It was some
and I
double
got really
talk.
confused.
Let's see. One more time.
All right. Looks like we got some lot of drama comments. Let's start reading them. Jimbo says, so many came here to spread hate, not realizing their views and commentary help boost the algorithm for old Timmy Boy. You don't like it, watch something else, otherwise you're clowning yourselves. Well, I appreciate the super chat, and appreciate it. And then I put up a poll, and I said, smash the like button if you don't trust Eliza Bleu. And 89% said, I will like because I don't trust her. That means everybody who smashed the thumbs down trusts Eliza Bleu.
Yes, 11%.
Sure, which is a small number,
and
you got a bunch of likes out of the deal.
Yeah, it's when you give people two options, and it's a confusing option like that, where you're liking if you don't trust.
Yeah,
maybe they clicked don't like because they don't like Eliza Bleu, but it's you've made this weird situation.
Yeah, he's making me do math in my head. It's whenever I see the non-fiction section in a bookstore, I'm like, okay, so fiction is not real. So this is not real. So okay, so it's real.
Well, that was an interesting. It's 13,000 votes. It's interesting to see that so many people came here to support her by giving us a thumbs down.
But not that many people came to support her. 89% didn't.
Yeah, but
that's
think of
the
all
thing
those
that's
people.
Bugging me.
Think of that 11%.
So he's clowning on the 11% right now?
I think he's saying that's 13,000 people that came to support her.
Also, very unclear if the 11% was 13,000 or if the total was 13,000 and it's 11% of that.
I would
like 1,300.
I would question everything at this point.
Fair.
I can't say I'm surprised. A lot of people do.
You're a real Fox Mulder.
Scroats McGoat says, last night as a member, if Tim doesn't disavow Eliza tonight, get the out, Scroats McGoat. You can cancel right now and see you later. You will never wave money in my face and make me disavow anybody, especially someone I care so little about, Eliza Bleu.
Well, I don't even care.
How does he even feel about her? I don't understand.
I will show you that 11% of people liked her, and I will point that out with great valor. But then I will also say I care very little about her when you try and take your $4.99 pledge away.
I have no idea where he stands. I don't have a fucking clue, honest to God.
This is lit. I like Tim Pool more because he is fucking psycho. This is psycho.
He is keeping me guessing, and I like it.
She's been on the show 2 times. If you're going to cancel because I won't do what you say, you shouldn't have been here in the first place.
Scroats McGoats, you can become a Drunken Peasants subscriber, and we will change whatever we think for your donation, I promise.
Do whatever you want for money.
Literally.
Or
$500 a night, you own us.
Done.
On the way
500
out.
forever.
All right, what else do we got? DJ
Blue
Zeno
Plate
says
special.
unsubbed on members only after over a year. Here's $5 FU dollars for I'm pretty bummed. Thought you stood against censorship. Hope you change. See you later, buddy. Look, sad to see you go, but I will never cater to a mob. And
I'd love
that's
to watch
it.
you leave.
End of story. Eliza Bleu is not important. She's not important to me. She's not a member of Congress. She doesn't enact policy. She is a low-tier internet personality that for some reason people are desperately obsessed with. And I literally don't care.
Got your boy, the Quartering, banned from Twitter, who he just literally a month and a half ago gave Elon Musk the deep drunk suck.
Yeah.
Like he was sucking Elon
The
so
DDS?
deep. The deep drunk suck.
Yeah.
He was like crying to Elon, please help, let me help you.
Yeah.
Help Twitter. Oh my God, this is the most important free speech platform in life.
So he remember when Elon put up a poll that he said he would follow, which he didn't.
He didn't, in fact.
Yeah. The Quartering made a video like, this is the most important vote ever of all time.
Yeah, and then
Imagine being that much of a loser.
And this is the Quartering who came into our chat and defended Tim Pool when Tim Pool's brother Reactor was on our show. And the Quartering and Tim Pool have been partners, or not partners, but like they work for the same companies that support them, right? Like they have the same.
There's a lot of
revenue share, history, and Tim Pool just blocked the Quartering over all of this as well. As much as he doesn't care about Eliza Bleu, he cut the Quartering out of his life.
So the Quartering's life is basically over, right?
No, this is the great thing about the Quartering.
He bounces back a lot.
Afterwards, he said, I don't want to split our fan base and make people take sides. Please don't be mad at Tim for what he did.
You fucking cuck. You fucking loser.
I think maybe he probably knew that the fans would go with Tim over him, but I don't think they would. I don't think they would in this situation because everybody's so mad.
Tim's fascinating. I want to know everything about Tim.
I want to know more. But he's got all these people leaving, and the Quartering could have swooped them. I hope Brittany Venti, who also got suspended by this Eliza Bleu character.
I don't care for her.
I hope Brittany Venti gets all this $5 money. Somebody's got to pick up this.
She's been
Tim
going
Pool
hard
money.
on Eliza Bleu. I watched some of her videos.
Somebody's got to get all this FU money.
I do
for people
like
leaving.
going hard on Eliza Bleu, but I don't care for Brittany Venti. I did not enjoy her energy when I was on the show with her.
Have a nice day.
I gotta say this: if someone got banned off Twitter or any platform for a reason other than violating the terms of service, that's a big deal and should be taken up and will be if it happened with the Twitter administration or the administration of the social network. But the personal stuff,
let me know how that goes.
It's like, no offense, TMZ garbage. It's like National Enquirer. I mean, if you like it, oh God. But there's a lot we can build.
Questioning you.
I don't care if people care about this stuff. They're allowed to.
I don't care if people care about this stuff.
But like the idea that people are going to come here and threaten, like, I will cancel my membership because you're not talking about someone no one ever heard of. It's like, dude, I get that you know who she is, but you know what's funny?
She's been on your show twice, right?
I was going to say, this argument is 100% fine if she hadn't been on his show multiple times.
Yeah, if she'd been on the show once, I could see their fucking point. But twice? Yeah. Twice? You asked her back? That's a callback.
Jack Murphy and Eliza Bleu is that here's what happens. People ask questions about these personalities, and I know most people listening are like, I have no idea who these people are, and that's exactly it. We had about 40,000 peak concurrent viewers. We get 300 to 500,000 video viewers plus 100,000 on the podcast, and then about 1 million across the clips. And the people who watch have no idea what the people in the chat are talking about when it comes to Eliza Bleu or Jack Murphy. In fact, John,
constantly have to recite their stats to people, even if they're like pretty good stats. It's an incredible insecurity that it gives off.
Absolutely.
Do you know who Eliza Bleu is?
The only reason I knew is because I saw you guys talking about it one time.
It's obfuscation too. Like,
is this the ride a cowboy guy? Save a horse, ride a cowboy?
Is this a totally like
it's big and rich?
Is it not?
I don't know. Maybe it is.
I'm embarrassed that you even brought that up. Like,
I think because he was on the Donald Trump show, right? The Apprentice.
I don't know who the fuck he
I think
is.
he was on Celebrity Apprentice.
You know what? He kind of looks like the guy.
Add that to the list
of now.
Add that to the list of songs I wish I could forget exist.
I'm getting confirmed that this was.
Is it John Rich of Big and Rich?
Yes,
I think it is.
One time we
I've never learned about it organically.
Oh, Simple Country says he's not big nor rich. I don't know who to trust.
What I think is going on, to be completely honest, is that the people who are claiming they hate her are actually probably a paid reputational firm to promote her. So that's why I brought this up last week.
Everyone's bots.
Can hire that will spam the internet to generate buzz and attention for you. There's no such thing as bad press. So when I see people like flooding our comments,
I love how he's writing this off as bots that she paid to stir this up. Like, there's really nobody angry at her. She probably just bought these bots to stir shit up. So that he's talking to all the people who have no idea what any of this is. It's kind of like how when Amber Heard was all this evidence was coming out against Amber Heard, and the media companies that supported Amber Heard were like, oh, all this stuff, it's all hearsay. Like, we know that Johnny lost in the UK. So you can't go back on that. He already lost once, and they're like selling misinformation there too to cover up all the shit coming out of her saying he probably works for the same people they work for because he's telling the same story.
Saying things that aren't true, like I'm canceling my membership. Yo, I can see who's canceling the memberships. Like I can literally, I own the website, and this past week we have gained slightly more members than we normally gain, and it's probably because the guests we had on last week or whatever, and whatever Jack Posobiec, maybe he's a great personality, and so
that's Jack that got canceled for crapping on Sydney Watson, right?
Yes, yeah, Jack Murphy.
Jack Murphy, Jack Probasek. Okay, different Jack. Sorry, I was like, which Jack are we talking about?
Several.
Too many Jacks on the right.
100 per week, and we gain a little bit more than that on average. With people coming in claiming that they're canceling their memberships, maybe they are, but we're gaining more than they're being canceled. I think that many of these people, I think two things are happening. One, a lot of it's inorganic promotion of Eliza Bleu. A ton of content flooding the internet, bringing up a personality no one's ever heard of, makes her instantly famous to even the likes of, 9-time Grammy nominee John Rich, who's not heard of her. That's the point.
Nice.
There you go.
John Rich, baby.
They want us to talk about her because they're being paid.
How the fuck did Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy get 9 Grammy nominations? Or I guess just being a country singer, you can get Grammy nominations every year no matter what horse shit you put out. Yeah. Okay.
It's like winning the Special Olympics. You know what I mean?
And controversy. They either want to. That's why it doesn't matter if we say anything good or bad.
Yeah.
If we say, look, we're doing the story, Shane Cashman's. Nope, it's bad. Mm-hmm. We say, okay, we're not going to talk. Oh, nope, now it's bad.
Everybody watching now is like, well, now I know who John Rich is. I had no idea who John Rich was before this.
Today I learned about John Rich.
Eliza Bleu and John Rich.
It's a PR campaign. In order, I think people are being paid to promote her.
Yeah, it keeps you in the cycle, basically.
That's right. She's never been.
Can we go back to that gentleman real quick? Is there a possible way? What fucking toy does he have in front of him?
He has a rubber ducky that's black and
a Funko of.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is.
Cycle, basically.
That's right. She's never
Rachel
been more famous because of this. And so I'll be completely honest with the Shane Cashman story. I told Shane Cashman I didn't want him to do the story because he went from profiling Ye to Carrie Lake and now to a low mid-tier internet personality over that I just think the next he was supposed to be interviewing Andrew Tate. We reached out to Tate. as Shane mentioned, this may kill the story, and Tate said yes. And so we were like, this is great. Yes? Shane writes tremendous work.
Yes.
I said, I don't think he should do it because clearly they're trying to promote Eliza Bleu. That's what this whole thing is about. She's never been more famous. Yeah. And
he's going to use a conspiracy theory to get out of it. That's what it is.
I really, really want to dig in. And
he's had her on the show twice.
Right.
He's not even referring to her by name. He's saying some low level internet. You invited her on your fucking show. How low level is she? You wanted to vouch for her and conversate with her, and what she said, to you, so what if I made it up? You didn't even press back.
That part is funny.
Do the story. It's 80,000 words. It's massive. And I'm like, look, man, you do your thing. I'm not going to tell you what you can or can't write. I trust you. At Timcast, we don't tell people they have to say something. They can't say things. Someone wants to post offensive memes on social media. I'm not going to fire them over it. Shane comes to me and says,
yeah, why would you? You could take literally any fact and spin it so fast that we who hear bullshit all the time have to play you back.
Yeah.
Like, wait a second. Yes, Queen. That's how bad it was when the three of us had to rerun it back. Of course, anybody listening to Temple is like, oh, that's true. A lot of people did support her. That 11% amounts to a lot of people. Oh, yeah. Tim Pool. I love Tim Pool. I got to drink my fucking bonus bucket right now. Thank you, Tim Pool. Save me from the apocalypse.
Yeah, he was selling like food buckets.
That's right.
Yeah, and a lot of people do that. A lot of people do it like their angle is like religious people, their angle on it is like, oh, the world is ending soon, you better buy it. And then other people, they have other ways of selling it. Tim's was, there's going to be a civil war between the left and the right. You better buy your food buckets from me now. Yeah.
Story I got to tell, I say you
though, Costco does sell food buckets too. I've seen them.
Yeah.
But there's no like the apocalypse is coming angle.
Food buckets aren't that bad of an idea if you have fat relatives coming over.
Oh.
You want to feed your fat relatives slop and slurry. You don't want to give them the good meats.
Some of them come with that strap on top of the bucket so you can feed them like a horse.
Yeah.
No, I think that was actually a handle.
I've been
tell you do your thing. But I'm telling everybody who's who's listening and doesn't know who this is, I will just explain. Right now, there's a massive campaign from high-profile personalities to promote and make Eliza Bleu famous.
That is not what they're doing, so this is a misrepresentation already.
When I had her on my show, it was before anybody knew or cared about her, and that was okay.
It was cool when I had her. Now it's bad.
I brought her back again, but now that there's this crazy media outrage against her, it's manufactured. And I'm going to say crazy, weird, twisted things to support her while also saying she's not worth your attention.
Yeah, exactly.
Could you imagine if we handled the Mercedes Carrera stuff like this?
I wish we would have handled it better.
No.
I wish you'd been like,
you should have Tim Pooled it.
Yeah, 11% of people think what she did wasn't that bad.
She has stated she wants to be famous, even to Shane Cashman, and so they're coming and spamming us with comments to force us to talk about her like we are right now to make her more famous. Yep. It's working, and I was like, let's not go anywhere near this because someone's getting paid. It's a PR stunt.
Someone's getting paid.
Yeah. There you go, guys. I've addressed it. Have a nice day.
4 creators have been deplatformed on Twitter because they said, hey, this time you were being sex trafficked, wasn't this also the time you were doing booty shaking videos and calling your mom to brag about it? Remember?
Right. and these are Tim Pool's former collaborators.
Yeah.
Too.
Remember? Hep C Farms remembers.
To make her more famous. Yep. It's working, and I was like, let's not go anywhere near this because someone's getting paid. It's a PR stunt, and it's working. Yep. There you go, guys. I've addressed it. Have a nice day. And then all of these other people who I know, like, who have been members of this channel are saying, like, why won't you get on board, bro? You are walking right into a PR game. I talked about how they do this. They're called reputation management firms. You go to them and you say, how much money to make me a star? And they'll say, we're going to do a two-front thing. We're going to say you're fighting a good fight, but you got controversy. That way we get you on both fronts. People will defend you. People will oppose you. And this will result in high-profile outlets. The Daily Beast will write about you. You're going to get a bunch of, grifter channels are going to start talking about you, drama channels, big YouTubers. We will make you famous, and it'll cost you $100,000. And there you go. Congratulations, everybody. You did exactly what the money paid for, and here we are addressing endorsing it just for you.
I like how he had to block the quartering to keep his reasoning alive. He couldn't acknowledge his friend. I don't know if they're friends or not, right? But quartering was real quick to defend Tim Pool.
Oh, they're at least friendly. They've collaborated. They work together.
But I like how he was quick to just block the quartering rather than acknowledge that her negativity got him kicked off of Twitter. It got all these other people's deplatformed.
If it had been anyone else but the quartering would have been on Elon Musk's side over this. I swear. If the quartering wouldn't have got banned, if he wouldn't have been involved in this, he'd still be sucking off Tim Pool and Elon Musk. It's only because he's one of the people.
He was
who
still
got
kind of
banned.
sucking Tim when he's like, anything that Tim did is personal. Please don't feel the need to attack Tim for what he did.
He wants to keep
I'm
his
still gay for Tim Pool. I am basically Tim Pool's battered husband, and I'm going to give him another chance.
He's playing the good guy to hold on to as much of the audience, the cross audience that he shares with Tim Pool. Tim Pool has a larger audience than him. So
Tim Pool doesn't give a fuck about it. Like, they did not have a 50-50 relationship.
No.
Tim Pool's like, I don't need your $5 subscription because I'm getting paid by the fucking Blackwater.
But when
I don't know who's paying. I don't know who's paying Tim Pool, but it's more than your $5 fucking donut.
It's probably Blackwater.
A few years ago, Tim Pool's brother came out with this kind of like manifesto against him. The weird thing was that he did it on April Fool's, so nobody believed him. He did it on April 1st, so everyone thought it was a joke.
Because he's the type of guy that was like pulling pranks
he was
all
a
the
troll.
time too.
Yeah, but I reached out to him. I'm like, is this real or are you joking with everybody? He's like, no, this is true. So we had him on.
You couldn't have waited a day, dum-dum?
We had him on to interview him, and the quartering popped into our chat and was like, you're messing up. You shouldn't be going against Tim like this. And we also made the mistake of having Joe on that episode too.
Yeah.
And Joe,
it is never a mistake having Joe on.
Why did you let your brother kill your dog?
Yeah, Joe made him cry.
Yeah, Joe made him cry.
I love Reactor. That's my buddy.
You made him cry?
Yeah, because he told this story about how Tim neglected his dog and his dog ended up dying.
Yeah, it was fucked.
And then,
so how was having Joe on a bad idea? That sounds awesome.
It was fucked. That sounds
really funny.
Well, I mean, if looking at it through the goggles of everything heals, it was hilarious. But at the time, I felt so bad. I was like, oh, fuck.
This is the thumbnail I made for the episode where he simped hard for Elon Musk. I'm proud of this one.
Right?
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Thank you.
I think Reactor and Tim Pool are on good terms. Reactor took the picture of Nick Fuentes and Kanye West together on the jet line with Milo Yamalopoulos.
Yeah.
Like Milo Yamalopoulos. Scott.
My snow leopard friend?
Yeah. I was talking to Martin Shkreli recently, and he said that Milo Yamalopoulos was offered to hook him up with like Kanye and have a meeting with Kanye during all that. And
Milo still has clout?
Milo was running Kanye's campaign. He's running, and then
okay.
Then Martin like didn't know anything about Nick Fuentes, and then like did some looking up, some reading on Nick Fuentes. Like, oh, this guy's just a straight Nazi. Fuck that. He's like, no, thank you.
Oops.
But
how's Martin doing? He's doing good.
He's doing all right.
I'm glad.
He's getting used to being on the outside after 5 years in a federal prison.
Sad.
So now he's just trying to
totally didn't deserve it.
Trying to be the type of man that will make the world proud. That's what I love about second chances.
What kind of prison was he in? Was he like a federal pound you in the ass prison or just some bullshit?
I don't know if it was pound you in the ass, but it was definitely some not bullshit. It was like the real deal.
Okay.
He had to
I just kind of hope he got raped a little bit.
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
I don't think he would tell me if he did.
I watched this Netflix miniseries about that girl who tricked everyone into thinking she was like a German heiress when she was actually like from Russia.
Anna something, or was it?
Yeah, Anna Delvey.
Inventing Anna.
Yeah, and they dropped Martin Shkreli. There's an actor
right.
playing him in that movie.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. Yeah, if he still wants to come on, we could have him on sometime. You said at one point he wanted to come on.
Yeah, I've been we went to record like a podcast together, and the internet was so shit that it got fucking deleted. So I don't know what's gonna happen with him these days. I have to get back at him and see what's up. I just
don't show him the thing I said, where the thing I just said, where I said I hope he got a little bit raped.
Well, I'm sure he knows you're joking, because if you weren't joking, then I'd have to pit you two together for a death match. He's big
Two
into
criminals
wrestling.
enter, one criminal leaves.
He's big into wrestling. He's been talking maybe about doing some wrestling management on a heel.
Tell him to come to SOS on Friday, baby.
He's out East Coast. I might have to have him go.
East Coast.
Might have to do some East Coast stuff, but see what happened.
We're gonna check out this other thing that happened recently. We actually checked this out on our last stream on Twitch. There was a 24-hour AI that created Seinfeld episodes based on whatever the chat was typing. Okay, here's a little taste of it for anyone that didn't see it. This is. Have you seen this, Scott?
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
Yvonne, did you hear about that new restaurant around the corner? They're supposed to have the best food in town.
I heard they just opened up, and I'm dying to try it. But it looks so expensive. Maybe we can make a deal with the owner, trade them some of our jokes for a free meal? What do you think, Larry? I mean, it's either that, or we mooch off our friends again.
That's a great idea. We'd be like comedians for hire. Here's hoping the owner is a fan of our humor.
The laugh track is like just slightly delayed.
Yes.
That moment of
It's real good.
awkwardness, and then the bah!
Yeah, I was watching it live. It got banned, and we're gonna play the clip that got it banned. But I was watching it live the night before and laughing my ass off because I've been microdosing shrooms for over a week, and I was just watching it the other night, laughing my ass off at it. And then I woke up the next morning and tried to find it, and it was gone. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I went and looked it up.
It was supposed to be forever, 24/7.
Yeah,
forever.
Yeah. I hate it when people say, it's not the size that matters, it's how you use it. What am I supposed to do with that?
Hey, Yvonne, I heard a really funny
Here's
joke
Kramer.
yesterday.
Is his name
What did they call the bear?
Something like that. They changed all their names, I guess, for copyright
no
reasons. Someone might mistake this for the real Seinfeld.
True. You wouldn't want that.
A gummy bear. Ah ha ha ha.
That's hilarious.
What do you call a bear with no teeth? Laugh track. A gummy bear.
A gummy bear. No laugh track.
Yeah, the laugh track should have came after that.
You know what they say? If you don't laugh, you'll cry.
No.
That's true.
That's dark.
What other jokes do you have up your sleeve? I could use some cheering up. What about that one about the chicken crossing the road?
No, fuck you, Yvonne.
What about that joke about?
Gotcha.
No. End of scene.
Hey everyone. So, the other day I was walking down the street and this lady comes up to me and says, "Excuse me, sir, can you tell me the time?" So I look at her and I say sorry, but I cannot. My watch is stuck in eternity.
Cackler. Zoltan.
The lady looks
Zoltan
at me, kinda
Cackler.
confused, and then says, "You mean you don't have a watch?" I say no. I mean my watch is stuck in eternity. And then she looked at me and said, "Oh, so it's broken?"
All right. Okay. I'm gonna play the video that got it banned. Let's let it play all the way through so that we can hear everything, and then afterwards we'll get the comments in. It's only like 40 seconds long. Here it is.
So, this is my stand-up set in a club. There's like 50 people here, and no one is laughing. Anyone have any suggestions? I'm thinking about doing a bit about how being transgender is actually a mental illness. Or how all liberals are secretly gay and want to impose their will on everyone. Or something about how transgender people are ruining the fabric of society. But no one is laughing, so I'm going to stop. Thanks for coming out tonight.
That's the
See you next
joke.
time.
It's not funny to say these things. That's the joke.
Yeah, it's not funny to just report the news. I mean,
oh my god,
it's not funny.
What happened?
Nobody's laughing at these things. That's why he can't do stand up about it.
Who laughs at facts?
Like the meta of the joke is that these things aren't a laughing matter, and but we take that out of context, and also Scott, and he gets banned.
Yeah, so my suggestion would be move this over to YouTube. If this had been streaming on YouTube, it wouldn't have gotten banned.
Well, my suggestion is that the AI gets it right and gives Keckler the cancelable moment.
See,
Keckler got canceled in our world.
It had a filter of some sort, though, because it never said any curse words, even if they were typed in the chat. So I guess they just forgot to block.
They found a workaround.
Yeah, they did.
So what did this get? What platform did this get banned off? I thought it was on YouTube.
No, it was on Twitch, which is way more strict about this kind of stuff.
Twitch are piece of shit. Although YouTube are piece of shit in a different way.
In a different
both
way.
Awful.
It's true.
It's
true.
They're both absolutely awful. I hate them both. I use them both and I hate them both.
They're more lenient in different ways, and they're way more strict in different ways. Like Vosh got banned from Twitch for saying cracker.
Yeah, which is the funniest thing.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, racial slurs are racial slurs no matter who they're against. So they're like more even-handed.
No, they're not.
Right. Right. Let's see. What else? Oh, you're going to love this one, Scott.
I love things.
Listen to this guy.
I love this last one.
Check this one.
Another thing I've noticed about Canadian men looking at the pornography that's served up to the various different cultures in the world. Canadian men are really into rape.
Scott, you're a Canadian man, right?
Is he reporting the news?
You're a Canadian man, right? Are you saying that this is a fact?
Of course it is. What are we? What are we even asking here?
Are we talking giving or receiving? Like I don't know.
Man makes a valid statement in bedroom.
This is so confusing.
They live in a culture that emasculates them more than any other in the world, except possibly a couple of Northern European nations.
I want to point out this guy is Canadian. Is he self-reporting here?
I think he's self-reported. Yeah, he self-reported when he said a boot.
A boot. Yep. Which you claim they don't say.
A thing no Canadian actually says.
They do.
He might be a double agent.
No.
What's Tim Pool have to say about this? 11% of the people think that he is a Canadian. That's a huge number. That's a lot of people.
The top
He's one of those Blackwater
most
bots posing
emasculating countries in the world to live in. And when you go to these porn sites, if you search for the word rape, you'll find nothing, and there'll be like a big shame on you.
Wait, really? You can't search for rape?
Yeah, they'll put a big shame on you.
See Scott's uncle on the Drunken Peasants.
Oh no! Oh no!
There's so much pornography.
This guy's like the Canadian Trumpster Bob in many ways, and
he's pretty cool.
Just like Trumpster Bob, he gets into our comments section and talks a bunch of
nice.
smack. Yeah,
this is Dumpster
What's his name?
Slob.
I can't remember his name right now, but he was replying for a little while.
Targeting Canadian men. There's two types. There's free use porn, where this woman is just a total object that you can just grab and manhandle and fuck.
Which is not rape. She consents to being free use. Like growing up, my household was a free use household.
Videos, like the woman maintains a careful demeanor of disinterest, like they're not enjoying it. they're either engaging in sort of a casual conversation with another person who's in the room while they're being fucked like a piece of meat, or they just look like they're unhappy, or they're playing a video game while they're getting fucked.
Game Boy Advance.
That's one of the major, not really rape, but rape things that Canadian men truly enjoy.
There was like a Reddit post going around about this kid claiming his house was a free use house and he had sex with his mom. I think I saw Jeff Holiday reply to it on Twitter like, what the hell is this? I think that's where I remember saying it. But it turned out it was all bullshit. But like ever since I seen that, I was like, this is sick. Free use.
I like the concept of a free use house.
Right? I had to say something because like me just saying that out of context, obviously I'll get a text from my mom in a couple of minutes like, fuck no it wasn't.
And the other one is stuck porn.
Oh yeah, stuck in the washing machine, that kind of stuff.
No. Like when the dog fucks the girl, and then she has to wait for his knot to deflate before he can pull his penis out of her.
My dog broke his knot because it was inside of another dog when he was a pup. He was like, I think it was like 6 months, and he put it inside of like a grown fighting pit bull, and he got stuck, and the fighting pit bull like
when can we get
ripped off his knob.
DP episode with you and Soft Paws versus Spin and Billy.
We could figure that out.
That'd be lit.
Into the washing machine, and my
We have to
hand
vote
got
at the
stuck.
end like an actual Mania match to see who won the episode.
And I can't get my
Winner
hand
gets the
out.
podcast.
And then stepson
screw job
walks in and fucks her while she's helpless. Or I was cleaning underneath the sofa and my arm got stuck. Can you help me get my arm out?
It's never stuck. I don't know why anybody would watch this who was into the R word stuff. Because this is not that. This is like the Blues Clues, where the Blues Clues is watching going, who's at the door? And you can see it's the fucking little mailman already through the window. Who's at the door? Who's stuck in the dishwasher? Nobody. We know you can get out of there, but you want this guy playing your stepson to rail you.
And stepfather fucks them while their hands stuck under the sofa.
They should do one
My last
where
two Streamlabs didn't read. Censorship. More money for the tip train.
Yeah, we actually make sure you have to donate 3 times before we'll read it.
They should do one
That's a
where
good
someone
trick.
they should do one where someone gets banged with their arm stuck in a vending machine.
That's dangerous.
That must have happened.
Probably.
That had to have happened.
So
That's a classic trope.
That happened at my work. They had to call an ambulance for someone who got their arm stuck in the vending machine trying to steal some
Those
shit.
things will tip over on you.
No.
Those things will tip over on you and kill you. People die
They
with
will
their
kill
vending
you.
machines.
I just think it's funny because like everyone was like, "Oh, so and so was trying to steal candy
Like,
from the
if
vending
my
machine."
stepmom gets her fucking hand stuck in a vending machine, not only am I not fucking her, I'm not saving her. That's on you, you dumbass.
There's so
Let go
much
of the
that.
fucking
And it's
Funyuns and slide your
Canadian
wrist
men
out.
specifically that like it. Canadian men are really into rape because they're so emasculated in the society that they live in.
It's true.
So it's true. So
Correct.
you-
I
okay.
also like the unirony of this man. This is an earnest man.
He says he has a body count in like the triple digits or something. Didn't he say that?
It's like 100.
Oh, he's a serial killer?
That's the joke
It's
I
sex.
made. That's the same joke I made.
He's talking about having sex.
Here's one of Scott's disciples right here.
I love Jews, don't get me wrong, but we do have some problems with them, okay? We have some problems.
So
There's
the
some
reason that Dragon in the West got banned, or that his thing didn't read, was because Dragon in the West said Amazon is fine with producing bloody and sexual things like The Boys, Invincible, and Vox Machina, but how dare you drop an F-bomb or show a titty on Twitch? And I think that's because those programs have gone through the standards and practices, and they have went through the lawyers of Amazon before they're put onto the site as a production and with a live stream where Amazon doesn't want to vouch for you and your fucking titty falling out. They're not going to allow live streamers to have that length of rope to hang themselves with. Dragon of the West also said Courtney Love named Harvey Weinstein back in the day and was blackballed. Courtney's still calling him out, even though it cost her her career. She also called out Brad Pitt recently as well.
Courtney Love got so upset that she blew Kurt Cobain's face off.
Just to settle here.
Eliza blew Kurt Cobain's face off?
Too much power.
Oh.
They only care about themselves. They only care about Israel. They're deceptive in business.
Welcome to the train.
They're aggressive in media. They don't put America first. They don't worship Jesus Christ. They don't even believe in him. So there's...
I think they believe in him. Like, they think
they
he was
just
real.
think he's lame, Nick.
Right.
Do Jewish people believe in him?
Yeah, seen him,
Like that he
killed
existed?
him.
Yeah. Yeah, they believe he existed. They don't believe in his divinity, but...
They just thought he was a guy.
Yeah. He was like a rabbi of his time.
A guy who was rightfully crucified.
No, there's some problems there. And we love them, but we would love them to love Jesus
Nick
Christ
ever
in our country.
explicitly defined what putting America first is?
Yeah, it means giving money to create jobs and supporting America before giving money to all the other countries for bombs and wars and aid to other places.
It means putting white people first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm in. I did. Billy's definition I found boring.
Little
Ben's
loose.
I'm on board with.
Anyway, so the ADL published this report, and it said that all of these so-called
diaper
tropes, I call them facts.
Funny.
They call them tropes. I call them facts.
More Americans believe them than ever. More than 50% of Americans believe that Jews go out of their way to hire other Jews. More than 40% of Americans believe that Jews are more loyal to Israel than America. 40%.
More than 40%. So is he doing the Tim Pool thing again, where he's taking the lower number and touting that as a win? I guess 40%'s better than 11%.
I don't even think it's that high.
It's better than 11.
He's still touting the lower number.
Believe that Jews like to be the head of things. What is this? 20.
I mean, people do normally like to be the head of things.
Doesn't
How is that a
everyone
bad
like
thing?
to be the head of things? And isn't everyone loyal to Israel? I mean, what are we talking about here?
Isn't like a favoritism of the workplace always like beneficial to people taking care of their own nepotism and everything? Isn't that historically a thing people do anyways?
There's
like not saying racially divided or spiritually or whatever.
Furries hire furries.
5% believe
They're calling
that
us the new Jews
have too much power in business and that Jews don't care what happens to anyone. 20% believe that Jews are more willing to use shady business practices and have irritating faults.
80 don't.
Yeah, 20%. Are we going to finally get that 11%
We're
golden
getting to
number
11. We're
that
getting
Tim
to
Pool
11.
was so proud of?
And that are not honest as business people. And so it's all up. That from 2019 to 2022, it's all up. And that's largely thanks to...
Where's his cool studio?
To you, Nick. Yes, the shit you spew.
So ever since he started hanging out with Kanye, he hasn't been in his studio which was just a green screen for a while. I haven't seen him in a suit since. This is the most dressed up I've seen him.
They're controlled by the Jews. OJ controls everything. Also, thank you for reading those sweet boys.
So he was wearing a hoodie for a while after he started hanging out with
Casual
Kanye.
Nick?
Yes.
Yeah, Kanye gave him a hoodie and he just wore it, and he probably had to wash it today.
It was a washing day.
It's so strange that, a white nationalist is supporting a black man for president.
Kanye is really bringing people together.
It's the
'Cause
anti-Semitism.
At face value, Nick Fuentes would not like Kanye West. But if you can get a black guy to say enough pro-Hitler stuff, Nick Fuentes will eventually get on board and look past the blackness.
Right.
And that is what's so impressive.
Yeah. They're a match made in heaven.
Our leader.
True.
Yay.
I hope they fuck.
That's largely thanks to the #1 artist of all time, the #1 genius in the
Pablo
country,
Picasso.
as well as me and this movement. And
I saw a bunch of Nick fans in our comments recently talking about how Nick won over Mr. Medicare because Mr. Medicare died of cancer.
Has he died, or is he
I mean, that is a win. When the other guy dies, it's a win.
you know how they believe stuff because it fits what they want to believe. So
Is that why they think Hitler was the winner? Because he killed Hitler?
Yeah, because he killed the yeah. So a lot of them believe that Mr. Medicare died. I don't know. I do know he was sick, so I don't know if he did for sure or not. But how is that a win for him?
I know he quit because he was so sick.
Yeah.
This show and AFPAC 3.
Why is he
basically
fucking
you're
with his
welcome.
hair?
So if anybody doubts what we're doing or this march of progress, believe it, okay? The mainstream is talking about Jewish power, and Americans are starting to believe it.
Always makes me think he doesn't believe a thing he's saying.
He does that on purpose. He keeps it nebulous like that.
Yeah.
He has an easy out. People are saying, who said it? Not gonna lie, can't get a cleaner W. Not if you didn't cause their death. If they just randomly died of natural causes, that's not a win for you.
I would 100% take that as a W.
If
someone I
know
didn't
you
like
would.
died, that's a win for Scott.
I only like people that die.
I mean, look, I would love to be the one who kills them, but on the off chance I can't be, I still take their death as a win. Certainly, I get it.
Pure narcissism.
Yeah,
and this is awesome. And you know, I want to clarify also.
His curly fingers are so weird.
Here's the thing.
He has witch's hands.
We don't hate Jewish people. We really don't. Although people may say that.
Although.
Or it might seem like
You know,
that.
he
We
wouldn't
really-
have to do this to his hair if he just wore one of those yarmulkes.
True.
Yeah. You wouldn't have to fix your hair so often.
Don't. But we need Christians to run America. So, you know,
Because?
Gavin McInnes, when he interviewed Ye, he said, well, what do you do with all these Jewish people? What do you do? Fire them all? What are we going to do with them? What do you do if you're president?
Wow.
And
whenever the question, what do we do with all these Jewish people, comes up, rarely does it end well. But let's see where it goes.
I've always said that they just can't run things if they hate Jesus. It's as simple as that. We're Christian. I'm Christian. You're Christian. This is a Christian planet. This is a Christian universe. God created the world, and God brought his son into it, and his name was Jesus Christ. And the rest is crap, okay? The rest is lies. The rest is not real.
Then why is it in the Bible? Why is like all of the stuff in the Old Testament still in the Bible if it's all crap?
Well, your crap is the only real crap.
Yeah. But why? Well, I mean, he's Catholic. In the first, book of the Bible, it's all Jewish lore.
Is he going to be Catholic for long? Because Kanye is not Catholic, right?
Oh, he'll stay Catholic. That's the main religion of white nationalists. Has been for a while now. It's interesting.
Muhammad is not a real prophet, and the rabbis do not preach the real religious law, and Jesus Christ is the Son of God.
Because it's weird, because old school neo-Nazis, I believe, were predominantly Protestant, so this is quite a change.
It is, yeah, it is. It's interesting that it's gone Catholic.
Yep.
There is a Trinitarian God that created the world and created us in his image. That's the facts. These are the facts, okay? It's this simple. We need people that believe in the real God to run our country. It's a Christian country. It's a Christian universe. We need Christians to be in charge. We need Christians to control the media. We need Christians to write the laws. We need Christians to enforce
Yes, if you want Christianity to succeed in an ever more intelligent world, you need them to be in control of the media.
We've had Christian theocratic governments, and none of them exist anymore. Like, that was all tried out in the Middle Ages and shit, and they don't exist because they didn't work out. They had to become secular to survive.
Panic pun. Says Nick has a smirk like you're about to activate his trap card. Is that a Yu-Gi-Oh thing?
Clearly never read the histories of Christianity, like how they started immediately persecuting all the pagans once they came into power. Fun fact, the Christian Bible is based off a Greek translation of the Hebrew called Septuagint.
You're right, the Christian Bible is based.
and interpret them. Because only Christians can even have access to the truth. Only Christians can even have access to moral good and righteousness, because only Christians believe in the real God. So if that's the case, then only Christians should have responsibility in the society.
I mean, you can ask literally the Pope, and he would tell you that Christians and Jews believe in the same God.
Hey,
like that's
Is there any way we can push him where we give the Christians all the responsibility in this society, and they just pay for us to do whatever fucking fun shit we want to do?
I'd rather give it to all the Christians in society.
Oh no, I think
Christian theocracy.
I think I trust the Christians over Christians.
Side you, Rose, it's you.
Now, to govern, to lead. And
That's
that
a tough one.
Goes along with educating the children. That goes along with the kind of propaganda you see in the media. And that goes along with the lawmaking and all the other faculties of government, execution of the law, interpretation of the law. So don't get nervous. Hey, listen, Jews, don't get nervous. Don't get nervous. People
Listen,
that love
Jews.
the Jewish faith. We're not trying to hurt anybody. We're not trying to harm anybody. We're just saying, look, this is our Christian country.
You don't get to have jobs.
Yeah.
We're the chosen people. We're the chosen people. We're the real body of Christ. And we're just going to take power back for your own good, for the good of the country.
Power. He says that with the weakest wrist.
I was going to say he's such a baby.
Power back. Like you couldn't take candy from a baby with that grab.
We're going to take it back, my pretty.
You know, one of the reasons Martin Luther left the Catholic Church is because he didn't agree with the real presence, the transubstantiation of the Eucharist, because Catholics participate in some supernatural cannibalism.
Some magic shit.
They literally believe that the body,
it's the literal body of Christ, not a metaphor.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah. So
that shit's gay.
It's weird.
Hey, Catholics, you listening? That shit's gay.
It's weird because they have a bunch of first graders dress up like they're getting married to participate in a cannibalistic ritual. I had to wear a little tuxedo, and all the little girls that I took my first communion with wore little wedding dresses.
That's very funny.
It is weird. It is weird, and they teach you it really
religion's
is.
disgusting.
And
it's
I was
really
like,
disgusting.
And I'm like thinking, can't they just give it like a DNA test and see if it's like the blood of a 30-year-old Jewish man?
Because if there's one thing devout religious people are into, it's science.
have you seen the Eucharist Lunchables, Scott?
I have.
They're
great.
They're like little fucking wine and flesh tablets, blood and flesh packets.
Awesome. I would be curious to hear hate speech guys like Nick Fuentes without the Christianity angle, because he says some stuff I agree with, and then he'll say, but it's all in service of a theocracy based on magic. I'm like, well, you lost me. But if you just go back to the regular hate stuff, I'd be interested how it went. I think I'd feel differently about it.
As a young hateful man,
yeah,
I just wish it was all about the hate. Not about this bullshit.
Stop bringing fucking magic into it, you loser. Just give me straight down the middle hate. I'm on board then, pal.
You know,
you lose me every time with the Christianity shit.
Why you gotta stop looking for Julia Child's porn on the internet, Scott.
I wanted to circle back. I wanted to circle back to the Tim Pool stuff again for a minute here, because someone we all trust, someone that we know has a very keen intellect, has a take on the Tim Pool situation, and I wanted to go through their take and maybe we can react to it.
Man, this Tim Pool thing, it's pretty crazy, man.
Before we start, what platform is Jared on this week?
He's on YouTube again.
He's a YouTuber. Good for him.
He's made the rounds a couple times.
All right, you guys. We're bringing back the shirtless rants. Let's do this.
He's got to do laundry.
First, I got to adjust my... You guessed it, ladies and gentlemen. You guessed it. I got to be a dumbass. And
someone tipped him off that he shouldn't be drinking isopropyl alcohol because he was doing that, and he made a video. Yes, he was, and he made a video dude, it started making my kidneys hurt. So
no fucking shit.
Yeah.
Adjust my sound settings.
So he updates his wall.
Yes.
That stuff changes.
Yes.
So that Lincoln Park is relatively new.
Yes.
I respect
in
that.
typical Genesis fashion. When I should be doing it before the camera rolls, but I'm not getting paid for this shit. Fuck my life. Give me some Hot Pockets, Mom. I don't care, dude. I'll make fun of myself.
Is he getting self-aware?
Well, I mean, that's his excuse for not putting any effort into his videos while he simultaneously wants to do it professionally.
I think he's always been self-aware because halfway
fun
through his
dichotomy.
rants, he always folds and caves on his stupid ideas and then goes for the other side. It's ridiculous.
He like remembers that he's mentally retarded halfway
Yeah.
through.
He can never stick by anything he says or does, ever.
I kind of love him.
For example,
I had that same feeling until he went around saying that he would have sex with an 8-year-old. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, well, there you
can't win them
go.
all.
Yeah,
Cut him a
'cause-
break.
Yeah, the EFAP podcast used to feature him, and they even had him on a few times because he was kind of a lovable weirdo, you know.
Yeah.
And people like, I won't judge someone just because they have a messy room and just because
Just because they're a total fucking loser. Like, there's lots of total fucking losers out there.
Yeah,
even the lack of self-awareness was kind of funny at first.
Yeah.
You know.
Then he doubled down on fucking kids.
He had a cuteness to him.
Oh, my right
Less
nipple
cute.
is really weird looking. Look at that.
Yeah, because like some of the traits he possesses, we laugh about with Cobra, and they're kind of endearing. But then there's just the disgusting underbelly with Jared. You know,
Yeah.
Shit.
Which we can literally see.
Right.
Yeah, you know, honestly, and this is probably our fault. We talk bad on Cobes because of how often he's telling people he hates sickos. Jared never once said he hated sickos, and look what happened. He was one.
Jared does not hate sickos.
I don't talk bad on just. It seems like he might have intrusive thoughts because of the way they're like. He can talk about anything kid related, and then he goes directly to PDF files like right after that.
Mhm. Julia Child's porn.
Right. Julia Child was like 6'3" too.
Yeah,
Did you know
She was
that?
a big
very
bitch.
big
Yeah.
woman.
She was a big bitch.
You messed up, God.
Cook me
Just
like a
kidding,
stuffed
bro.
turkey.
Don't strike
Stuff
me
me
with a
like a
lightning bolt.
cooked turkey. Shit.
Anyways, guys, I'm just trying to deliver some humor for you guys in these dark days.
Oh, that's what you're doing. Okay.
We are living in massively, massively dark times. I believe this is a spiritual warfare. You
Then
guys know how I
unblack your
feel.
window.
Oh, yes, I'm a tinfoil hat. Yes, I'm a fucking Christian weirdo, Jesus freak, whatever.
Your tinfoil hat would have shit stains on it. You're the dirtiest person, Jared.
Yes.
But I'll tell you something. Speaking of freaks, man, I'm so glad I'm not some little grifter like Tim the Cuckpool who folds his damn beanie. You know, back in the 90s,
Tim Pool is objectively better. His first reason for not liking Tim Pool, he folds his beanie, and that's a toque, by the way, Scott. Just in case you didn't.
I know Tukes. I understood his mispronunciation.
I'm translating for you.
I'm trans.
dude, you get your ass kicked for that shit. Nobody folded their beanies like that, bro.
Jughead.
That's some goofy hipster shit. I don't know if hipsters are still even a thing, but you just don't fucking fold your beanie, bro. You just don't. I'm sorry, but that's just my opinion, dude.
I couldn't fold my beanie because I had such a big head, but I would still fold the beanie from time to time.
I have an abnormally big head for my size.
Yeah.
I have a big head, big hands, and big feet. And that's it.
And that's all the big stuff.
Well,
Ben's
I have a big
fraud.
heart. I have a big heart.
Oh, true. But like medically big heart, it's a problem.
He had to have it removed with his hernias.
Yeah.
It's too big.
I was also castrated.
In all seriousness, though, I wanted to talk about this Eliza Bleu thing. It seems to
Someone
be...
said big butt. No.
Are you? Is that a challenge?
Ben has Hank Hill ass.
Yeah, I'm way more dick than butt.
Why do they want you to shake that healthy butt, Ben?
You know, the topic at hand, the talk of the town. I don't really have much to say to this shit except that Tim's a giant cuck, and I'm sorry if it took you this long to see it. I'm genuinely sorry, bro. I don't know how anyone would be shocked by that. He's a giant fucking grifter. You know, he's one of those blue pillars pretending to be red pilled.
Remember how we usually watch Jared and we're like always contradicting everything he says? We're just terribly quiet right now.
We're like,
Jared's telling shit about Tim Pool. We're like, your Ben's got a big butt.
Yeah, you know. Scott, you didn't get to see his gaming streams. What he does is he points his webcam at his computer monitor and then uses his mom's makeup mirror to put his face in the shot next to his monitor.
That's so good.
And he doesn't know how to use a regular emulator, so he uses those online, like, you know, HTML-based emulators.
Oh, like web-based?
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah.
He doesn't do SNEX 9X. Doesn't do PCS X2. Come on, man, get your shit together.
Here's the next funniest part about it. In the same shot, you can see multiple cartridges for NES and SNES. So he has real games.
He has the actual systems in games, but he's doing them on a web-based emulator.
Yep.
Just like Brittany Venti.
While he was... Oh, yeah, he's going to mention Venti, too. So me and Billy will disagree with this, but Scott will agree.
You know,
Are you guys pro-Venti?
Yeah, I like Brittany. She's always been nice to me. I don't agree with a lot of her political takes.
I agree with everything Brittany Venti has ever said in the history of Brittany Venti. I'll go to court to confirm that under the oath.
She just seems like a fucking bitch.
Oh, that too. I like Brittany. I obviously don't agree with everything.
I've never had a problem with
but
Brittany ever.
I don't give a,
Very
I don't give a
much
shit
rubs
about
me the wrong way.
I don't give a
like
shit
her
about
attitude.
I don't give a shit about everything she says. I know what she says or does in the moment, and she's a sweet girl that just hangs out with the worst fucking people, I think. She might just be a terrible person.
And also
I don't
acts like the worst fucking people, which makes her one of the worst fucking people.
She was sweet to me, so I give her a pass.
She was perfectly fine to me. I just don't like her.
Here's the thing. Here's something I'll tell you about Brittany Venti. Okay, I think that she needs love. Okay, and I think she's not going to find it.
But she's
not going to find it in her current position. I feel like she's going to find consistent people to let her down, and that's too bad. Because she's a sweet person on the inside. But she wants to be the fucking trad girl and an e-girl. That's impossible. It's impossible.
Can't be done.
You can't be trad and e-girl at the same time.
No.
I'm sorry. You're fighting a losing battle.
Pillars pretending to be red-pilled. Just like Brittany Venti, the trad thought, you know, who pretends to be fucking, conservative Christian when she's not. She's not a fucking, I'm not going to say she's not a Christian, but she's sure as hell not conservative. She's bipolar and she has bad eggs.
What is this based, Jared? She hasn't said a wrong thing yet.
She's bipolar and she has bad eggs. Is that what he said?
Yes.
Holy shit.
Wait, he said she has bad eggs?
Yes.
Oh, be careful to anyone that wants to put a ring on her finger. That's all I'm going to say about her, man.
It's surprising to me that Jared said something bad about a woman, though, unless... Has she ever addressed Jared?
She probably has rejected him.
Maybe then it makes sense.
Because I've heard him talk about her like he thinks she's hot.
Okay, if she's rejected Jared in some form,
that's
now
what
I
he
understand.
normally does. That's what he normally does. If he kind of... Because he always calls everyone else simps, but he publicly simps all the time. And if they block him or reject him, all of a sudden they're bitches. They're thoughts. Yeah.
Oh, fucking Tim Pool, bro. This guy is simping for some blue hair. I don't even know. Eliza Blue. Her eyes are blue, Eliza Blue. I don't know.
Don't do that. Stop. No, Jared, you're losing me. This is the most I've ever been on board with you, and you're just losing me so hard.
Go back to the kid fucking, Jared.
With her, I now have the
No, don't go back to it.
There you go, man. There's my fucking song for Eliza Blue.
I know how laughing goes.
I don't know, bro. Like, I don't even know what to say. Apparently, she hates Andrew Tate. That's kind of funny. I don't know. She's one of those people. I don't even care that much for Tate, but, like, he still spits some real shit. And, Brittany Venti does, too, but...
there's the first contradiction.
There's the flip.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, bro, to me, Andrew Tate, he's he's not someone I would follow either, but you know, the way she was making him out to sound like he's some woman hater. He's not a woman hater, dude. He's just a cuckold. And fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's like you've got those in-betweeners.
He's not a woman hater. He's a cuckold.
You could call him a fake
Andrew
red
Tate,
pill.
the cuckold.
You can be both.
I don't
You can
know.
be cucked and hate
But
women.
he's a grifter, man. I mean, let's just be real.
I'm
dude.
living
Tate's
proof.
a fucking grifter. You know what I'm saying? I think that YouTube is like 90% grifting. At this point, you cannot take this site seriously. YouTube is nothing but fucking grifters. That's what they should call it, is nothing but grifters.com, homie. If you see, let me tell you guys something, okay?
You can't put homie after the .com.
Yeah,
it's
it
gonna
won't
fuck
work.
up the
Yeah.
URL.
Who runs the .com homie domain?
We're past here, but like, listen, bro. If you see a motherfucker on YouTube with less than 1,000 subs who you can tell is genuine, he's a real ass nigga. Okay, he's not doing it for money.
Scott,
Jared, you won me back. You got me back, Jared. You're losing me with the singing, but I'm back.
Jared has this weird theory about why he doesn't get a lot of views. He thinks that there's only so many views to go around, and these people that get like millions,
finite views.
Yeah, and these people that get millions of views, they're stealing his views. Those people would
That makes
watch
sense.
him.
That makes sense. So if we kill all the people
in Minecraft,
all the people with 1 million subs, then Jared can ascend to his rightful place on the throne.
Exactly.
He's not doing it for clout. He's doing it because he wants to share his message. Okay? Those are the people, you want to follow. The little guy. Not the little guy trying to come up, though. He's obvious. But the little guy who's
So
genuine,
Jared's
who's
kind of a hero in this
real.
narrative.
Well, that's the person you want to follow on here. You want to make YouTube about you again. Okay, this is not about corporate tube. This is not
It's
Susan
called
Wojcicki
YouTube,
tube.
not JewTube.
Whoa!
It's supposed to
a
be
Fuentes.
about
That's
us,
not a Jared.
the little guy. That's what YouTube was meant for, motherfucker. But now it's just a platform for these wannabe celebrities. You know, like fucking PewDiePie and Mark.
PewDiePie is absolutely a celebrity. He's not a wannabe celebrity.
And he's a
Liar.
Nazi.
These
Also
other
cool.
cucks. It's pathetic, dude. It's fucking pathetic. They're nothing more than view thieves. You know, they steal views from good, genuine people. That's what they fucking do, man.
Those are
Trying
my
to be, you know, I
views.
guess because they never made it in Hollywood, they're just trying to be a celebrity on fucking YouTube. It's pathetic, dude. It reminds me of James Ralph, the angry video game nerd. You know, he wanted to be a movie director, but now he's still making his little AVGN skits.
Because he does better doing that. He made a movie, like an
And it was
indie
terrible?
Yeah, I mean, it was self-produced. It had a low budget in comparison, and I think he could have spent that time probably making more videos. It was a pet project, and he took a lot of time off from it. Yeah.
It's pathetic.
It's not pathetic, though.
And I know I'm going on a side rant here, but like, really, bro, YouTube is just, it's full of little Tim Pool cuckolds.
All right, I'm gonna stop this now. I'll wait for Billy to come back to to go to the next part here. So Friday, you're in Tacoma again.
I'm in Tacoma on Friday, tagging against Davey Vega, who both Billy and I have known for a very long time, and what was going to be Davey Vega's regular tag team partner, but he decided to quit wrestling forever. Which
did he get injured?
Yeah, no, mental health reasons. Which fine, but maybe if you're on the verge of quitting wrestling forever, maybe don't take out of state bookings. Just a thought. So it's me and my regular partner, Sarian Softpaws, perhaps you know him, taking on Davey Vega, and they're returning after 3 years, has not wrestled since pre-COVID, Caden Talbane, our former stablemate in the Fur Horseman.
Okay.
So it should be pretty cool. And also, we are being played live to the ring by Pepper Coyote, who wrote and performs our entrance music. And you may also know from the guy who sings the theme from the Brian and Vinny show on Wrestling Observer.
So what happened with your beard? Did you lose a match and have to shave it, or what?
I was shaved in the middle of a match, and Drew's hair was cut.
Oh, damn. So, but it wasn't a consequence for losing. It was like some cheap shots, or...
Well, if we want a peek behind the curtain, we had set up a hair versus fur match in December against the Academy.
I remember that.
Who then both tested positive for COVID and could not do the show. And the trip down to that show was an absolute fucking nightmare trying to figure out what we were going to do instead. We had thought of another team who obviously we didn't set up the angle with in the first place, but they're good and we could make it work. The Bash Brothers, Chris Ross and Dave Turner. And then, they're like, yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. And then that I actually saw Dave Turner on the way down to Tacoma. And he's like, oh, we can't do the show. I'm like, oh, great. So then there was more of a nightmare. It ended up being a 2-on-4 handicap match, us against literally 4 trainees. And they're like, one of the people involved in the booking was like, people paid to see someone's haircut cut. We got to do something. I'm like, well, we're not getting our haircut by trainees. That's a absolute fucking waste, and we're not doing it. And we didn't do it. So we just did that in December, and then would have been nice to just push the planned match with the Academy 1 month forward to the January show. But they were already booked and we were already booked. So we worked it into the match we had with the Bash Brothers in January. And we thought, there's been a million hair versus hair matches. Why don't we do it in the middle of the match, just when they're getting heat on us? And so we did that. So they took us all out, and then Chris gets on the mic and he's like, it's shearing season, and snips Drew's top knot and shaves my damn face, and then we were sad for a while. Then we came back and won.
I saw this on Facebook the other day, and it kind of made me laugh.
Man, it's great being around champions all the time. It's been a long time since I got my strap on, but I had to wrestle my girl Sky through the straddle of the night to get my belt back, Jack. So we're going down to Hogan's Hangout now, and we're going to check things out for tonight, because tonight we got karaoke Monday night at Hogan's Hangout, and we're going to walk down there with these brand new belts, because tonight we're giving one of the belts to the greatest male singer and one of the belts to the greatest female singers, because starting at 8 o'clock tonight at Hogan's Hangout with all the karaoke going on, I got my championship son right here, Nick Hogan, that's going to be running game.
He killed someone.
What's up with that, Willis? Oh,
he caused an accident that killed somebody.
Monday nights have just been too sweet.
Okay, so Nick never quite had the promo ability that his dad has.
But he was never a wrestler, right?
Yeah, I don't know if he ever actually tried, but yeah, he's cutting a promo with his dad, and his dad's like, top notch,
yeah,
and he's kind of like, But it's interesting, yeah. So he owns a bar near his memorabilia shop. It's like right around the corner from his memorabilia shop. And they have a karaoke night where they give away belts to the best karaoke singers.
Pretty sick.
On Clearwater Beach, Friday nights have been a madhouse, and we're rolling right into Mondays, and we got the new gold straps to give away. So you better bring your A game, brothers and sisters. Tonight, it's going down. Clearwater Beach, Hogan's Hangout. What's going on?
All right, so I'm going to clear up Scott's misinformation. I think he got like involuntary manslaughter or something like that.
Sounds like he killed someone then.
He was reckless. Someone died as the result of negligence, his negligence for sure. He didn't murder somebody.
I didn't say he murdered someone. I said he killed someone.
He did kill. He made choices that resulted in someone's death. Yes,
it was a horrible mistake that he is going to have to live with for the rest of his life. And unfortunately,
he was really young too.
And unfortunately, others,
he was 12.
Others will not have a rest of their life to live with that mistake. But right here, right now. He's going to have karaoke, brother.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the beach has been getting real busy with a lot of creatures crawling around the sidewalks looking for something.
Maybe we can get Hulk in Actual Mania.
Well, there ain't nothing going on Clearwater Beach.
He'd be like, I don't like the creative, brother.
On a Monday night, except Hogan's Hangout. So come on down, party down, and get crazy. I need some good singers tonight. I'm looking for a new champion tonight, a man and a female. So what you gonna do when Hulk Hogan, Nick Hogan, the master of ceremonies, and the championship belt runs wild on you?
Someone put out an article a few weeks ago saying he was paralyzed from the waist down, and I knew for a fact he wasn't, because we have a friend of the show that works for him and sees him
Yeah, the
like
person
weekly.
who was in the car with Nick, his friend, was paralyzed from the waist down.
Well, no, I'm saying there was no. He had like head injuries. He was like comatose, like in a vegetative state. But no, someone was circulating articles. People even shared them with me to use on the show that claimed Hulk Hogan was paralyzed from the waist down. recently.
Yeah, that was from a story from the Raw 30th anniversary a couple weeks ago, where Kurt Angle said that Hogan told him that he had back surgery and they cut the nerve to his legs,
which is not
and
true.
He couldn't feel his legs anymore. I'm like, he was just on TV with no cane even walking.
Well, I mean, why would you need a
can feel
cane?
his legs?
Why would you need a cane if you can't feel your legs? The pain's non-existent.
You would need a wheelchair because you wouldn't be able to walk. You wouldn't be able to
work. I just can't feel anything down there.
No, you would.
It's really hard to walk if you can't feel it.
Yeah, because you can't control the muscles.
Maybe for somebody like you, Scott
for you.
Henson, who relies on feeling. Hulk Hogan relies on fact. The fact is,
Yeah, but
brother,
he was-
his legs don't work, but he doesn't believe in that. He kayfabe walks to the ring, no problem, brother.
Yeah, it was another HulksterLies.com.
All right, so we've got a few promos because Actual Mania, we got another one at the end of this month. So there's a few promos here that we're gonna go through before the end of the show. This one's from Simple Country. It's the Regal Tussle in 10 seconds. So y'all are going to get a recap right now.
You guys are going to get a free recap of the Regal
I better
Tussle.
be in it.
Scott, you're in it. This is 10 seconds.
Well, not
at a time.
Yeah, at a time.
A little 10-second snippet of all the performances. Got the intros already.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Regal Tussle. Actual Mania 40. So, do you have a favorite of the people that you know that are going to be involved?
Do I have a favorite?
Yeah.
It's
or do you not want to say?
Probably number one, Simple Country. Number one. This 10-second clip is of a 10-second countdown.
Yep, well,
so we know that this is 10 seconds.
I guess
you can
not,
time it.
but we already did.
Round 1, Simple Country. Round 2, Simple Country. Round 3, 4, 5, and 6. Simple Country, Simple Country, Simple Country, Simple Country.
I couldn't find any lube, like any hand lotion.
Oh no!
And so I took some hand sanitizer and I masturbated and
Zelda was third.
Yeah, so this is kind of, you guys, if you missed it, you could sign up for Patreon right now, and you can go back and watch this, and then you get the next one that we're doing at the end of this month.
Yeah, this is like a small spoiler, but it really doesn't. The whole show is so much more than 10 seconds at a time.
Yeah. I don't know about the song, but,
If I know one thing.
Oh,
it's over in 10 seconds.
Submission, basketball style. Loser has to drink the nasty candy cobra fucking drink combo.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get it.
Yeah, this guy played his buddy in one-on-one, and the loser had to drink a nasty...
Yeah, Godot might have drank a drink combo inspired by King
And here's
Cobra.
the Necromancer's face reveal right here.
Adam from Your Movie Sucks.
People were saying it looked like Joe.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like Adam and Joe.
What the Oh, no.
Hello there.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Potato Minute. Today we have Hannah Hayes.
The Potato
Hello,
Minute.
Hannah. How are you?
I'm doing fine today, and how is your day so far?
The public space? Oh yeah, Ruby Jewels.
The moon and the stars.
Honest Red 8.
Hey yo, it's the whole effing show. Honest Red, aka Mr. Honesty.
Fact up in Ronald Reagan type, which obviously I don't like because Ronald Reagan, he created the CIA and AIDS and
the CIA created Ronald Reagan,
Freddie Mercury,
and AIDS.
Actual mania, we meet again. I have missed you all so fucking much.
Fuck.
Uh-oh.
Am I being fucking hacked here real sick? What the fuck? Try this. Let me just smack the camera real quick.
I beat you
Careful.
head to head.
Hi,
Head
everybody.
to head. Hey,
Scott
I know
here.
that guy.
You may know me as the guy with the big beard who's been on 94 episodes of Drunken Peasants.
95.
Which is a record,
Today's 90.
actually, even
Today's
more than
96.
Ben.
Is this what a fart is like? I think so.
I've never seen porn, and I've never had sex. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Can you believe all the action we've had so
Who's a
far?
candy bukkake?
Oh, I can't believe that one fella got eliminated.
This is the worst
already.
posture I've
I thought
ever
they were
seen in
gonna
my
go,
life.
Wait, what about that mystery?
This
opponent?
is. You need to go to a doctor right now.
What if the posture is kayfabe?
No, it's not. You know it's not. You know for a fact it's not.
Oh, who would've
no
thought
one would
they
stand
would
like
be
that
in
if
an
they didn't have
actual
to.
Oh, not me.
See a spinologist right now.
Regal Tussle, Drunken Peasants. For my video,
The cringy
You need
court
to
of
go to a
owls.
different doctor.
a poem.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, this is
Say the word.
this is when Gale told Lord Magicus to stop drinking, and then he listened.
Apparently, I have changed Lord Magicus's life with the hot honey Walmart exclusive Pringles.
Yeah, he told me. He told me that they were better than sex. He's sure.
She called out Egghead for his dirty bathtub.
I'm sure they're better than sex.
She called out Egghead for his dirty bathtub and talked about how the Harlem Globetrotters ran a train on his woman.
Yeah, that was rough.
Amazing.
Okay, so Honest Red is really fucking stupid. All right.
Guts ass.
And we have to go over this.
Oh no!
Oh,
it was.
do you recognize that?
Peter's Pants Labyrinth with Kalo Dano.
I have 4 days to make a.
Jespro just threw a fucking $1,000 iPad on the
Oh
ground.
my gosh.
I'm glad Simple Country
Showing
just
that.
chose that clip out of like the rest of her video where she almost showed full on boob, but
No spoilers, but everybody watching at home.
$5 on page.
$5 on
Show full
Patreon.
on boob. She like it was getting
It's-
there. I was
it's-
like, oh god, what's going on?
There's more than meets the eye, guys. Oh, Big Diesel getting lost in the void. Going through Magicus's bedroom. Takeout?
Who's Dr. Gas Mask?
Oh, fuck that. He had the Melmac.
Yeah,
That's not Melmac.
he destroyed the Melmac.
That's not Melmac. Melmac wouldn't break like
Dr.
that.
Gas Mask is another promising character. He's creepy though, right?
It's not Melmac. Melmac doesn't break the way that broke.
That's
That's my goddamn Melmac. I was wrong.
A very good
I misspoke.
Let's do this.
Hey, Teddy Rub's getting here.
Teddy Rub's getting here.
I'm sitting on the fucking toilet. Yeah, I was just sitting here dumping a grumpy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Regal Tussle. There you go.
Yeah, Egghead had a promo like immediately after he found out that he lost.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
That was a teaser recap for those of you that haven't seen it.
So Ruby Jewels sent in this one.
Why is Will capitalized?
Boglum supremacy.
The inconsistent capitalization is fucking me up.
Ruby Jules sings magical spells. This is
he like Evita here?
He's cursing us all through this.
Is this his "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina"?
He's doing an Evita.
Yeah.
Okay. He looks really large, like you know. Maybe...
For scale, that railing is 4 feet high.
Right.
So he is 23'2".
Yeah, he's a big boy. That's why he's so big. He's a museum sculpture.
Makes sense. Okay, was one spelled capital O, capital N, small e? The fuck are you doing? Proofread, dude. Come on. Shit.
Ruby Jules with the Boglum supremacy.
He's coming back with a vengeance.
Not all of the words are capitalized, but some of them.
How do you like that?
Look at sometimes there's one in the middle of a word.
Yeah.
There you go. This
Lots
is Boglum.
going on.
This
Lots
is how a
going on
Boglum.
here.
This is verbatim Boglum handwriting. You know that, right?
I do feel like I'm being cursed right now. This is achieving its goal.
Yeah. Forget the trolls. Be one with yourself. Don't forget to stand up to them all.
There's people with George Floyd signs in the crowd.
I do like that.
Actually, this is a Boglum. This
It's a BLM protest.
This is a
Boglum Lives
Boglum.
Matter.
This is a Boglum
What is
protest.
going on here?
That's actually George Floyd. George Floyd is a Boglum. George Floyd.
George Floyd.
Upstanding member
Well-known
of the Boglum community.
George Floyd.
Yeah,
Not to be confused with George Floyd.
I'm glad whoever made that sign was really bad at it, and it does look like George Floyd. Bunch of no good sickos.
They lack self-awareness.
That is a problem.
Pass the liquid smoke and she stopped Doritos. For those of you that are watching that are high, I'm sorry. For those of you that are watching that are not high, I'm sorry.
Yeah, just a blanket apology.
I know you weren't ready for the awakening.
He's got one of those Venetian masks on, you know, with the big nose.
The nose is actually filled with posies. A pocket full of posies to keep the scent of death away.
Yeah, the plague.
Boglums used posy-nosed masks to hide their own stench for decades after the plague left.
That's true. I like that there's no discernible tunes.
Everybody now realizing this is the Phantom of the Opera. It's the Boglum of the Opera.
I have another one, but I think we're about out of time. I'm not
That
gonna
made
play.
me feel unsafe.
I'm not gonna
It
play
should.
this whole one, but this was sent in where
I know that guy.
yeah, some of these were made, so that's interesting.
I like that they got the tail. Pretty good. I didn't know you could do kitty ears too. Cute.
Cute.
The WWE
Big Kitty Scott.
Not bad.
It's as close as it could get.
Good job.
There's a stereo.
I'm gonna kill him. Asterios is dead. Oh no.
They're in your house.
Yeah.
What a sad state of affairs. That's a great job. Good. Who did that?
I don't know if I'm supposed to reveal who that is.
It's a secret.
Yeah.
Very
It's a secret.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who it was. I'll tell you who it was. It was Gandhi.
Not what I would have guessed.
Mahatma Gandhi.
The Mahatma?
the Mahatmas Gandhi.
Well, to mystery creator, wrestler maker, good job.
Yeah.
For those of you watching at home that want to know how to follow Scott.
I was given permission. It's the Star Spangled Luchador that made it.
Oh, good job, buddy.
Star Spangled Luchador won the Regal Tussle.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, double good job.
Yeah.
And he also,
which I guess means he beat me at some point. So actually, fuck you.
You might have gotten
he entered in the
before
middle.
he came in. I don't know.
I might not have been directly beaten by him. I don't know. I don't know who to be mad at.
I think you could be mad at the fans.
You know what? I'm mad at the fans. No, but I'm not that mad at the fans because they head to head put me over Egghead, and that's all I wanted at the end of the day.
True.
We should just put. Man, you know what? I have an idea. I have an idea right now. But we're going to figure out the card of Actual Mania pretty soon here, but that sounds interesting. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we are going to end the show now. Scott, what do you want to tell the people to look out for?
Well, the Democrats.
Oh.
The Black Israelites. Get Twitter at not Scott Henson. You should probably send me a little bit of money at paypal.me/not Scott Henson. Thanks to Alex, who did during the show. I assume you were watching because it came with the message poot poot.
Poot poot.
So thanks for that. And I'm a big celebrity, so get me on Cameo, cameo.com/scoot. And if you're in the Seattle, Tacoma-ish area or want to make a big trip to see a big match, come to SOS Pro Wrestling in Tacoma, Washington this Friday, February 10th. Or Bellingham, February 11th for 5cc Wrestling. I'm doing a double shot, and I'm going to be very sore on Sunday.
Damn.
For real. Our old buddy is going to be down there with you Friday night, you said.
Dave on Friday. And he's working the Bellingham show, too.
I brought up
but not against me.
I was on a podcast last week, and I brought up when I took him to the Lusty Lady and how some homeless man in the back tried to kill him.
Beautiful. So good.
Poor Danger Dave. That'll be a fun one.
Dave.
That'll be a good time. If you guys are anywhere near Tacoma, go see it. And if you're in Bellingham, go see it on the 11th.
Yeah.
And hit Scott up on Cameo. Hit Scott up on all those things. He's very funny. And if you get a Cameo now, you can hold on to it for a couple of years when it's going to be worth way more money and give that as like a vintage gift. Because your Cameo will probably be up to like $300-400 a Cameo by then.
Holy shit!
Yeah, so get one now when they're only like what, $100, $60, $20,
$30, a fucking steal.
That's a steal.
I know. It's like buying a woman for $500.
Oh my god! All right. On that note, we will see all you guys back on Thursday. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.